I'm winking. You can't see it. Okay, anyways.
Okay.
It is time.
All right.
We're getting ready. Rondo is coming up. The minimap. The players are in the lobby. 7. Who will be winning? The PUBG Mobile Superstars United show match.
I think the person in the middle of that 2025 poster is definitely going to be winning because they're just running at it to be first place. And here goes the plane path. Trying to get it. Yo, let's see if we actually end up getting a hot drop here in Neox Factory. Oh, hey, Neox Factory is currently within the plane path, Max. You also got Test Track, you got Bamboo. People are jumping early, so maybe we won't get that insane stuff that we've seen actually in PUBG Mobile Esports.
Ooh, are we going to see anyone go for my main drop location, which is Stadium? Love going there, love sniping from the rooftop. Are we going to see any popular snipers here trying to click farm during this show match? Could be a possibility.
I hope so.
Oh, come on.
I like going to Jadina City because there's a lot more stuff to cover me, so I don't get eliminated within like the first 1 minute.
It's
Okay.
just an edge position. But you know what? Hey, if you click farm, YouTube thumbnail, I wrecked an entire lobby at PMGC. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually
great
pretty
video.
good at playing Edge, so that shouldn't be a problem. But let's see. Oh, yo, we actually
We
got it.
do.
No way.
Ooh.
No way. Neox Factory is going to be absolutely popping off right now.
Oh, wait, they're going to the east. I
Oh,
think we
maybe
got
they're
baited.
splitting. They're splitting. Oh, we got baited.
Yeah,
Oh.
they tricked us.
Hey, but Alucard
Hey.
and the Latam squad's going to be there.
Yeah, I'm looking at Legal from the Africa team here. Going to be going very split towards Yulin. The rest of the squad going to be going deep into Neox Factory. I'm not sure if that is actually a hot drop. I am squinting right now, and I cannot see currently on the map feed. But you know what? We might have an early fight, though. To the eastern side, next to Mayran, to the east of the map, we do have some teams at very close quarters right now, 7.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit of an aerial fight. Some players taken out as they parachute down.
I mean, we've seen it in past too. Maybe they're going to be looking to do it here as well. I just want to see one hot drop. Come on.
Give me one.
Utilize that recall tower. Utilize all the mayhem. But also, we got to take into consideration debuffs, right? If they can't talk to each other, maybe one of the players is muted, they're going to be like, guys, I think it's better if we just wait a little bit towards the later in the game when we actually have a chance and not try to hot drop when we can't even talk.
Oh.
And there you go. You get your first eliminations.
No! It's a guard! It's one of the NPCs around the map. They're trying to get to the shop location because we do have the regular mode, right?
Yep.
So you can shop, meaning you can maybe get some
Dev team.
great weapons right away.
Sorry, Max. I
Yes.
got excited. The dev team. I want to see what they can do.
They start flying again.
I swear.
That would be hilarious. But they know the meta. If anyone knows the meta, it's these guys.
Oh!
S12K is going to be played up for sure. Oh, MG3 already from a commander?
Already. At the ready, too. You got Infinix, the Infinix team. Come on. I believe in you.
Don't die to the guards. Don't die
Not
to
yet.
bots.
Not yet, Yakuza. Run away, please. Oh, I mean, I think. Wait, there's so many crits. Oh, this is. Oh, okay. I remember which part this is of the map. Modox. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Just run away, Yakuza. Just run away, please. Go find a recall tower.
No
You
way.
might be doing that.
No way they dealt with a guard with a MG3. Like, that is...
Wait, was it the
brutal.
guards that ended up eliminated?
Yeah.
I think it was.
It
the,
was.
It was the commanders that
No,
eliminated
they got the
them.
recall tower right next to the shop location, so that's fine. Are they going to attempt it once more? That's my
No,
question.
no.
I would recommend you couldn't... Oh, he's going
Oh,
back up the
wait.
staircase. No way. Infinix team?
Yakuza?
Are we sure about this?
Think about all the prizes, all the rewards that are currently at stake. You could be the Chicken Dinner Victory Squad, the team that ends up winning. And now we got a push actually from Africa, making a push. Oh, he ends up getting knocked off. CIS getting the best of that fight, getting the best of that crash too.
Yeah, interesting push. Interesting they're not going as a full squad, but you can see currently on the minimap, there's one player camping a recall tower in Neox itself, meaning this fight doesn't quite go your way. You can go for the full reset, hopefully. There's going to get some nice eliminations in favor of the CIS squad. Davron, package on the forefront, S12K in hand for Davron.
He might be able to go get and actually get the revive. Oh, he's going to get the player in here.
Good smoke.
Enough time, too. Yeah, good smoke, enough time. CIS giving him enough time as well. Somebody else is going to be coming in as well.
The guards, they got another player.
They did?
They did. Oh my goodness, S12K all over the place though. Africa versus CIS here. The clash is massive. And the CIS squad is taking heavy casualties. Africa going to be losing 1 this time around. It's going to be Shakid.
But Sadu's going to end up
prelims.
confirming those 2 eliminations. Not
Yep.
bad for them in regards to that engagement. And this is what we're talking about. You just got eliminated from those commanders. Why would you go back there?
No. Big throws happening.
Yes.
And there's no next game.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
it looks
you're done
like
after that.
it looks like us playing. Not gonna lie.
Okay. Thank you, Seven. Very kind
I
of
got you. I'm talking about my gameplay. I'm not talking about yours.
Ah, okay. We have to play some Ultimate Royale at one point, so you can carry
Yes.
me. I know your sniper shots are big. Here we go, looking at the dev team in this eastern compound on Rondo. ASM Abakan, very meta weapon with the JS9. Good loadout.
Did you see that? Did you see how sneaky that dev team player was trolling being, just playing patient, making sure he crouched. Nobody was going to be able to spawn him. Oh, okay. Trying to control the area, throwing over some Molotovs, making sure that they fully back off. As Karaspin is going to be that Turkey team. Celine is going to be part of this squad as well.
I would like to see maybe one of the players north of Mehran going to go for that recall tower position. When your teammates fall, instantly go for the recall, bring them back up. No. Well, nice fight, though. It's going to be the Mina squad. Flare Gun looking for the elimination, and he picks it up. That's a massive knock onto Lover. Will he be able to confirm it, though? He's got a teammate nearby. Not going to be an obvious one to secure here, 7.
Yeah, Flare Gun getting them very low there with that AUG, switching to the Shoddy and making sure that they were at least able to get that knock. And he's looking to secure it, too. The nade's going to be coming in. Smokes are going to be coming off, too, as well.
I was going to say nade. Just nade your teammate. I'll recall you later. Don't worry. It's fine. I got you.
We got this. We absolutely got this. Still got all the players alive. So far, nobody has been fully eliminated. We have had eliminations, but nobody has been fully eliminated. And then on the elimination feed, too, Dev team just got a knock.
Hell yeah, they got it done. Over in Mehran, is that going to result in some reses coming through with the recall towers? We'll have to wait and see.
But
Flare Gun,
Max,
though, I think he saw that smoke. He's like, that's maybe a full team. This is just not quite worth it.
I'm like, but Max, what happens if the Dev team actually wins? There's going to be some eyebrow raises over there. It's like, okay. You guys are too good at this. Put him in.
Everyone's going to ask just nerf all the weapons they were using. They know what's good in the game. It's unfair.
Behind the scenes.
Oh, wait. Oh, what is this? The cavalry's here in the compound. Flare Gun trying to get some assistance from Ugray. But
no,
unfortunately, it does not work out.
That's not John Allen. That's actually John Smith making sure he gets that off angle and getting the knock and confirming the elimination, too. And now Mina having to back off as Ogre decides to make the smart play and more than likely going to be going to look for a recall tower or just crash into the bridge. You got this?
Yep.
There you go.
We have destroyable terrain. The bridge is not there just yet. Maybe in a future update.
Your favorite thing. Yes! One of your favorite things in Rondo, Max, the Doritos. I knew this would get you.
Why do you... I don't like to call the Doritos.
What does blank call them?
The cover flares, okay? The cover flare comes down.
Yeah.
Gives you cover.
What do they look like?
Pyramids.
Doritos.
I don't...
Yeah. I have Blank and John literally nodding, saying yes. John is saying yes.
He's saying
I
no.
love the Doritos.
Blank is saying yes, but he disagrees with everything I say anyway, so you know what? I'm pretty much used to that. But no, the cover flare is literally one of the best items in the game in Rondo. I kind of wish, actually, 7, it goes over to the other maps. Put it on Miramar. Put it on Wrangle. No, you would not like that?
I mean, if we're going that route, I want to see some terrain changes as well in Erangel and Miramar. I think that will be awesome. But you know what? This fight continues on. It's KS. Karaspin. Oh, Karaspin was able to pick up that player. Okay, they were able to get a bit of a reset there.
Oh, clean.
Cover flares do come out. They're not really going to be that much of a factor here. And look how right now, how they're set up. They're trying to bait some players from the dev squad. Setting 2 players up. He's going to be able to hit one. Oh, my goodness.
What a
Nachi
shot.
with the shot right there on the dev team.
They're just getting a really good setup, really good angle from Noche. Able to get himself 2 pretty much instantly now. The rest of the dev team down to 1, down to MX, and they also cannot instantly get access to the recall tower. So they're forced to take this fight. The meat grinder play is working out for dev team. MX though, last man standing, going to try and go for the res on his teammate. Will he be able to pull it off?
MX going to be the last one alive, going for the revive. He's going to be able to spot him. Spins, and he actually hits this shot as MX from dev team able to connect with Nachi right there, securing the elimination, but there's still one play. Oh, Karaspin played it smart.
Hey.
Karaspin said, you know what, let's back off away from this and let's actually go for those revives on the recall tower.
He's in the middle of the circle right now.
Yep.
He's
That's gonna be great positioning.
further away from that fight than I expected.
Talking about strategies.
Hey.
That's one heck of a strat.
Pretty good macro. PMGC teams be like, you pick up him maybe.
Is your name DX Xavier from day one?
I mean, the circle did go sent on him, you know. It could be something, could be a trend. Here we go, dev team will go then for the recall. That's a full reset for the dev team, right? They were just bleeding out.
It will be.
Yeah.
If they speed it up a little bit.
Well,
I thought he was going to get at least one of the players already up, but that's not the
blue's coming
case.
in, so be careful. And actually, because this is classic Rondo, right? The blue zone comes in way slower. We have way more time. Rotations can be pulled off way slower for these squads. So if anyone goes out to blue in this show match, no excuses. You messed up.
If you go out to blue, you've been watching too much of the hot juice, the Papa Blue out there. I know he's seen his gameplay. He usually ends up popping off with the snipers, but dying to pop a blue.
That's a rough way to end it. Just sniping from out in the blue, going out to the blue. Rough
Happens to
times.
the best of us.
Yeah. No, haven't seen any of the bus members involved, Seven. Where are they? Playing it silent. Playing it slow.
They said that they were going to end up just lasting a couple seconds.
Hey!
That's not the case.
Better survival time
We're
than
currently
us.
at 10 minutes.
Whoa! That's a lot of seconds. That's
Do
so
the math,
many.
John.
John, how many seconds? It's 10 minutes.
600. That
Actually,
was quick, too.
that was
oh, that's
easy
easy.
to count.
Yeah. You know what? That was easy.
Actually, I feel
How
bad
about 11
that.
minutes? Ah. He said 660, by the way.
Yeah. That actually.
Yeah.
He could have.
He's actually pretty
faked
good at
it.
math, you know?
He is.
Yeah.
I showed his spreadsheets. He's like, man, he's
If
really
for some
good.
reason casting doesn't work out, he can always be a math professor.
Hey. That would be great. Here we go, though.
Here we go. Bob.
Squad.
Hey, they get out of the pop blue.
Oh, but they got
Keep
team
driving.
nearby. It's the dev team.
Keep driving. Dev team is close by. You do not want to go up. How is this team still here? Still getting eliminated? Infinix.
He's dodging.
What are we doing?
He's trying to dodge the shots, too.
Yeah.
No.
6-hack.
Where's
Hit
the
him with them salsa steps.
Where's the rest of his team? I can't even see them on the minimap right now.
The
Oh, they moved away.
commanders.
They left.
The commanders say, "Get over here."
This is my outdraw. Okay, next circle pops up is going to be a little bit southern eastern edge, moving away from the positions like Test Track, Yulin, Stadium, Fongton, not in circle anymore. This is going to be quite open-ended. There's a lot of flat terrain in this area in particular.
And you got your
Dev team make it out.
Max, you got your answer there too. Yeah, Dev was able to actually get a full reset as well. They'll be moving in,
Banger.
rotating as well. I want to see where. I want to see where.
Oh no!
group-
Don't stop! Don't stop! Don't stop! Keep going!
Keep going.
Oh
please.
no!
Karaspin is close by. Unless they want to do this. This is one of the teams from the T-Pop Idol group Bus. G1 and 3. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, this is a completely different one. This is 4E from Thailand.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
The Thai creator team, 4-Eat, is going to be looking for the clashes. Going to be Notchit. Currently solo on this fight, and he gets dropped instantly. Nice elimination. They get it confirmed. Looking for that first elimination in this match. The second player is going to be coming up, though. Kara Spin, currently spinning out of control, instantly picked up. And that's going to be looking for their second elimination. And man, they're wasting no time between that knock into a flush. They want every single elimination here, Seven, they can acquire.
Yeah, great trades there for 4E as well. They ended up losing one of the players, but they were ready to rock and roll, being able to eliminate two of those players from Karaspin.
Oh, no.
And now a bit of a crash here from AF onto Will. Let's see who's going to be. Oh my gosh, they're actually going with a 2-1 split there on this crash. What?
Oh, they were dropping split in this compound. Legal, first of all. Pepito, my boy! Biased? Yes. Pepito able to find himself legal right away. The nade play, though, a little bit of damage down to Zasuo. He's going to be peeking the angle. S12K versus S12K. The jump shot not connecting. But so far, this crash for the Africa team is not looking great, Seven. A little bit all over the place.
It is going to be looking a little bit all over the place. Luckily for them, they still have two of the members, actually 3 of the members somehow still alive here. Oh, I think he ended up getting recalled. But now, here comes the push from Weu. WEU, come on. Let's see what we're going to be doing here. As you're going to be going for it. Oh, this grenade is going to end up hitting Max. He knows exactly where he's at. You see him? He's going to get 2.
Oh
Yes! Africa with the double knock nade.
Better than ETSH in the league stage. The creator team is looking great. What a nade. Zeldu, 4 eliminations for himself. Misgame himself 1, and now they're looking to clean it up. Western Europe crumbling before our eyes. And Africa up to now 6 eliminations.
Western Europe somehow ends up messing up their defense right there on that compound. Africa, though, on top. ETSH, nice call out, by the way.
I'm
you got
trolling,
that one.
guys. I'm trolling. Or am I? You'll never know.
I don't want to find out.
I'll check my Instagram DMs later.
Yeah. If you even have an Instagram.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
The band of
By the way, there's
social
still
media.
one player from Western Europe chilling. Kiria is just like, I'm going to just stay very still and hope that they don't end up finding me.
Do they still have a recall? There's still hope if the recall
I
is still
think so.
available for their players.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen anybody from Western Europe actually end up getting picked up, so they should be fine. Ace Fighters. Let's see what the next circle is going to be doing.
Oh, Where's it going to shift? Give me a Western Circle with the river and
Oh!
play. Yes! Western Circle, the river. Southern positions are looking really good as Africa moves in instantly.
Africa's going to be moving in, and they're going to end up possibly crashing with G1 and 3. One of those squads that were currently, that were earlier on the stage with Barney doing rock, paper, scissors. I mean, yeah, I don't know which squad was the one that ended up with the mittens, with the gloves.
Not sure.
Yeah.
We'll see through gameplay. Whoever misses the shots, it's probably them. They probably have the mittens. No, Africa looking again. Maybe looking for
I love that the crowd's currently just getting really loud, trying to give him a heads up. There's somebody that's about to shoot. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Luckily for him, ends up moving at the right time. But Africa right now, 6 eliminations, wanting to get even spicier, wanting to get into more action as G1 and 3 just waiting patiently.
We barely see his IGN in the names, like, whoa!
Yeah.
Disappears from screen. Oh. Maybe the crowd is biased, not us. Here we go, though. GP moving over that ridge, be able to make it out of the grasp of Africa's team. No extra elimination coming out just yet. The circle again, going hard to the western edge. There are really so many good positions around the river, but if it's a northern shift or southern shift here, 7, that transition from north to south is going to be so damn hard to execute. I do not wish it on my worst enemy.
I was so focused on the gameplay too and what some of these players were doing in regards to engagements that I just noticed the circle as you were pointing it out. But now we have 4E going up against KM. The nades are going to be coming through. Oh, this squad knows exactly what they're doing. Everybody from KM just switched to nades, and they're just making it into a red zone as nades are going to be raining in. They're not fully connecting, luckily for 4E. But let's see if Kia is going to continue on with those nades. Oh, this is smart there from DGR Levi, trying to get a bit of an off angle on the players from 4E.
Ooh, can he get on the roof? Yeah, he gets on the roof. Look, Baz, that angle could be deadly. Could he actually make it work in his favor, though, or is he going to be spotted by maybe Flash's angle? That could be a little bit of an issue, but no, here with the AKM getting a little bit of a suppressing fire, though. Levi's off angle, it's huge! And they get 4E. First player to fall. Can't quite flush it, but you know what? The rest of the team is now going to start crumbling. Dark Story, also, S1K, going to try to sneak around the corner, but instantly punished here. 7, 4E. Having a really bad time in this compound crash.
4E looked like they were going to be able to defend this push from the squad, but it turned out to be DGR Levi. I mean, the off angle, and he actually finishes off that player. We got our first team eliminated from the PUBG Mobile Superstars United show match. Oh, no. And it's actually one of the local teams, Max.
Womp womp. I don't know what you wanted me to say. It's unfortunate. They're out. And also, lost a really strong compound here this time around. That compound south, perfect vantage point. You see everything west, north, east, south, and you know what? It goes straight up north. Great for the Africa team once again. Good entry point to the western side, but there's a lot of teams clustered over to that west, so can they hold down the fort here, 7?
It is, and I'm going to be looking at the LATAM team here, how they're going to be rotating towards that circle. They are going to be towards the south. I think they're going to be trying to look for maybe a western rotation from some of this squad. They have Alucard. That's the one I was keeping an eye on. That's my boy, Max.
Wow. Well, that's a crash and a half. Okay, going for these more eastern buildings, leapfrogging ahead of the Africa squad. Zidu, we saw what his nade could do earlier versus the Western European team. It's looking strong, and it's right on the money. Mina losing one. Second player also extremely low. All of the Africa players now looking to potentially regroup for this fight. Hermes picks another one. And up to 7 limbs looking for the 10 here, it seems, and the entirety of Africa now just looking to find that final player, and they do get him indeed. 9 eliminations, 1 shy from the big double-digit point.
Great flush there from Africa. Great defense as well, as Mina was trying to take over this area, but it didn't end up working out for them. GB is in the horizon. They were looking to see if they can maybe third-party this fight. Shots are going to be coming through. Hermes, he wants to, he's feeling himself right now. He wants to get into the action and continue on. He's like, hey, we're hot. Let's keep on going. Let's see how many more teams we can take on before we get into the later end of this match. And as I say that, oh my goodness, actually Alucard on the elimination feed ends up knocking one of the players there from Africa.
Yeah, I'm seeing a good, decent amount of weapon variety, which you wouldn't see normally in just PMGC, right? Seeing a lot of weapons. I saw a few DP plays, M24. Here we go, though. Bob's team again, the T-Pop squad of Bus. Defending their position. It's pretty open, though. You've got to be careful. One nade could be spelling disaster for the squad. But they could also just zone teams away with some good long-range weaponry. As Infinix team going right for the crate, possibly, or going for the mountainside. There's already a squad. It's KS. And they have no idea a team is parked up there. Oh, this could get bad.
Yeah, and this is not going to be GOAT team. We're actually looking at a show match at the moment.
No!
Gotta spin. Gonna be picking them apart. There goes one. Salim goes down. Gotta spin. Trying to survive this. Macaron's gonna end up going down. Infinite Yakuza. He's been clutching up for the squad. Now being the last one alive. Gonna be switching focus towards the last player from Karaspin, towards the last two players from Karaspin. Here comes the push. Can he connect? Yakuza making sure that he gets the eliminations, but Max, he is barely 5 HP.
Hard carrying, but unfortunately we know that the recall tower's not going to be available anymore, meaning what you have available at this point in time is what you had until the end of the game.
Oh!
Again, he defends it! How do you keep this position for yourself? 3 eliminations as a solo. Absolute legend here for the show match. But the center of the circle you can see on the minimap is happening. And if I'm not mistaken, it is indeed Team Bob getting absolutely demolished by Lover.
Bob fans are not going to be happy about that one, but man, we got to give some more love to Yakuza there. He said, my team is eliminated, it don't matter. I'm able to take onto a team by myself. Here comes push G1 and 3, making sure they get the knock. And they're going to be looking to confirm it, but remember, we don't want to see any of these players or teams get eliminated by the blue. The smokes are going to be coming through.
Oh, get it? Can he find it? Oh, it gets just around the corner. Going to go for the nade, but the blue zone's doing too much damage, 7, I think. G1 and 3 might just go out to the blue zone. This western side is so stacked in terms of teams. But the dev team also pushing up northeast. And 9 circle, they've got to keep moving forward, but I don't think the CIS squad is going to allow it to happen, as they're just looking to get information through the smoke. The car push gets some intel, and they even find one onto MX.
One of them is going to be able to just make sure that that player ends up overextending Artemi, going for those off angles, and there you have it. Dev team eliminated with just 3 elims. Africa continuing on this push. This was bound to happen. We were talking about it earlier, Max. GP versus Africa. Who's going to be winning Africa? Oh, with the drop shot.
Let's go. What a connect on that weapon. GP falling like flies. This compound fully secured by the Africa squad, it seems. One player still a little bit further away, but you know what? He's even further away now. He's back to the lobby. That's it. End of the match. This rondo is over for them. Western side is full control under the Africa squad. And the fact they still have 4 players alive here, 7. They got 15 eliminations. Recall towers, we don't need them.
Yeah. This squad just said, you know what, we're just going to go for full eliminations. If I'm not mistaken, Max, we actually have a prize for some of those squad.
Ooh.
And it's this, we have the Super Chicken squad, which is the team that deals the most damage. The team with the most rescues in the match is called the Helpful Chicken Meta squad, or Mate squad. So there's going to be a lot of options here. We do have a fan favorite that I think we kind of have an idea who it's going to go to.
Between 2 teams in particular.
So they're going to be Bob or G1 and 3.
I picked Bob.
Oh, really? Yeah. I picked G1 and 3 because they're still alive. Not anymore.
I had no comeback.
Actually, I'm like looking at the leaderboard. Not anymore.
I was going to say, wait a minute, you're lying. That's how supportive he is. He believes they're still alive even though they're out of this game. Circle, though, keeps on shifting a little bit further south, actually, going towards the riverside. And the mountain, the Yakuza defended earlier, 7 is still in play. That high ground position is going to be so important for him. If he has a good mid to long range weapon, he could start farming eliminations as teams start to make that rotation in the zone.
He should be able to. Western Europe now looking at Lover. Seeing if they can maybe end up finding somebody. One squad that we didn't see, we never got a chance to see T-Max. We never got a chance to see Farouk either. Max, I think they ended up getting eliminated without us even getting a chance to see them.
Oh. Because you picked him.
What? No, I didn't pick him. Well, I said their chances were as good as Wolves.
I disagree. No, no, actually, yeah, I forgot. That's fair enough. Here you go, Lover, going to get crashed upon. It's going to be Ali. Oh, can they find Wiki 19? He's going to pull off the heel. Oh, unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit too late. CIS just carving their way through the northern edge of the circle. Oh, look, I'm seeing Orm for Pepito. He is a clip farmer in this game. With the Orm, maybe he gets up 6 shots.
Yakuza still staying alive. CIS currently shooting at him, and he's taking the fight there with SF as well. Yakuza somehow for Team Infinix, I mean, this man is clutching up. If I'm not mistaken, he's the one that ends up getting the 4 eliminations because he is the last one alive for that squad after they ended up getting eliminated by the Commanders.
I mean, there is a prize, right, for just winning the game. Doesn't matter how many people win the match or how many limbs you have, you just get the win, and that is going to be more than enough for that prize. Oh, they send it behind the trucks.
Look at that. Look at the left.
So
look at the player, the pan. The pan phone case, man, that is hard, actually. I would not want to have that one. I'd rather have the gloves.
I don't want to drop that phone. You just hit yourself in the head right away. Concussion. Done.
Knocked out.
It was a massive one. You know what? Definitely can't put that one in your pocket. There we go. Looking at Pacho from SF Fighters. Going for the spray down. He's got a ton of bullets here. Way more than enough utility, especially to make some damage onto KM. They're going to be rocking up behind that ridge. Pretty nadeable, but he doesn't have enough to really eliminate the entire squad. So I think that here, that push from KM is going to be very impactful in this match.
It is, and now CIS taking that fight to Africa. But in this moment, I mean, KM, Kya Monarch going against S-Fighters. S-Fighters, see if they can maybe do something here. The zone is going to be pushing in. So many teams, honestly, Max, so many teams playing on that edge. And KM was able to win that fight.
Everyone died to the east, and Yakuza's still alive, and he's in circle. There's no way as a solo he makes it happen. Can he, as a solo, get himself this chicken dinner for the show match?
I believe.
Oh, I think we're all believing right now. Can a solo make it happen? Can a solo make dreams into reality? Is Africa now still 4 players pushing up 23 eliminations? Excuse me?
Look at him, Brix! Look at Yakuza, making sure he gets even more eliminations by himself. He's currently up to 6, and he actually just eliminated somebody. That's going to be very important, man, because we've seen how aggressive that Africa team has been.
If he eliminates the solo player, Ravon, of S-Fighters, I think he can win it.
Oh.
I think he can win it. I mean, look at the ammo count. He doesn't have a helmet, though, and only a tier 2 helmet, so vest. So that could be a little bit of an issue. He has 2 grenades. Still potential for the Infinite squad to make it happen here for the show match. KM, JS9, double JS9, great weapon on this map. And the Akimbo, that could make some real big damage.
Yeah, and the deployable flares are going to be coming down, but I mean, how much is it going to help you, especially with this terrain that we're currently working with? They don't really have that many nades. We don't have any explosive bows or anything along those lines, so the terrain changes aren't really going to be helping you that much.
But cover flares, I saw them used up by the Africa squad. Zedu, Hermes, Legal. Ready to rock up. And a few rocks also in the terrain. A few trees here and there, and the Blues just been pushing them over. Flash finding one. S-Fighters are down. Out of this game entirely, down to the last 3 teams 7, as the Blue is going to engulf them out of the zone.
And there you have it, Africa now making the push. It could be Yakuza. You were absolutely right, Max. Now he's going to be able to secure another one. By the way, Africa up to 25 eliminations. What an absolute maniacs of a squad for this team. But Yakuza, you've been by yourself pretty much for most of the match.
Oh.
Can you clutch up? He's going to be going up against Harmies. Switching to the shotgun, waiting for them to get closer, waiting to see if he can just clutch it up by himself against the squad that ended up with 25 elims.
Oh wait, a teammate's cooking a nade. He's going to be on point, slightly off. And now Yakuza sees a nade coming his way. He's going to start throwing some back. Above a trade-off, game of ping pong. That one's looking good. It finds the knock, Yakuza. There's no way you make a solo chicken dinner happen here. And now over to the S12K, trying to push over the rock. Unfortunately, taking severe damage. Able to hide at the last second.
You gotta push. The heal. You gotta push if you're Africa. You know you were able to hit some massive shots right there. Not enough time though, as Yakuza's gonna be able to heal up. Yakuza trying to see if he can clutch it up by himself. From the whole match, this squad ended up dying to the commander.
Oh my god!
Gets the high ground! And Yakuza clutches it as a solo in the 2025 PUBG Mobile Superstars United, Max.
Infinix team making it happen here. PUBG Mobile Superstars United. Yakuza holding down the fort for the entirety of that late game. And you know what? M4, S12K, that is all he needed to make sure that chicken dinner goes his way.
Yakuza, what a performance from this player. Waiting for the right time. I think that's one player, Max, that we can safely say he's definitely been watching the grand final matches.
Oh, which PMGC team will pick him up? We'll see, Martin. No, but genuinely, really good hold, using the angle so well on that hilltop position. Not much to really say there. As a solo, playing it slow, not shooting himself away too much.
Yep.
Very happy with this performance.
Very, very happy with this performance. Look at the squad. The squad is so happy. It's like, yeah, thank you. You were able to clutch it up for all of us. And thanks to that one, I'm pretty sure when we end up getting to Barney, they'll be able to announce them as the Chicken Dinner Victory Squad. But to be fair, I got to give some props to the African team. 25 eliminations? That is just pure aggressiveness from that squad, and I love it.
They pulled a DRX League stage with a 20 elimination bomb. Actually, even more than that, right? The crowd going crazy.
I want to post like that, too.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Macro-wise, they got a really good center position, right? I think it was for Bob's team. Dead center, holding down the fort. couldn't quite hold it until the very, very end. Oh my, oh, that made me feel some kind of way. Okay. He winked at the camera. I'm shy.
I think I'm going to have to listen to that group and see how good they sound, because right now, I mean, you mentioned it, the positioning was good from that squad. They just ended up getting fully overwhelmed. And I feel bad for this squad, by the way. I feel bad for the T-Pop Idol group bus because they just ended up with the gloves. You know how hard that is to do? Meanwhile, you got the other players there from the LATAM team vlogging, and then Alucard is like, I know we could have done better. I'm not going to vlog. We lost.
Another reality. We win this. Didn't quite happen, unfortunately. But yeah, so many prizes to be distributed to these players after all. We'll see how things go after this. We always love a good show match here, Seven.
That was a fun one.
Oh, here we go. And of course,
no surprise.
Are we surprised? African team, 31 points on this match. Barely missing out on the win. 6 placement points, and Infinix getting himself 19 points. Also a banger performance from these guys.
Honestly, I'm going to give even more props to Bob and G1N3. G1N3 ends up with 1 elimination. Bob ends up with 2.
Whoa.
And I might have just carry on the curse from the Maxman that you don't have anymore, because the one team that I ended up picking, LATAM, they ended up with a big old donut, Max. 0 points.
I didn't know you won the team, Seven. I didn't know you were playing while you were casting that game. That all makes sense.
No.
And my boys, Pepito, Zasuo on Western Europe, getting 5 points this game. They were trying to play with the Orm, so I respect the attempt, but it was not quite enough to take the win.
That's right. Dev team was able to secure those 3 eliminations. We got to give some props there. Once again to Infinix. They end up getting the chicken dinner, followed up by 9 elims. By the way, those 9 elims just from Yakuza. Nobody else. The rest of the squad, they were eliminated by the Commanders. And I'm just going to keep saying that over and over again, because we got to appreciate what Yakuza was able to do in this match. And I can't wait to see that big smile that he's going to put on the stage.
I mean, you said he only got the 9 eliminations on his own, right? He
Yep.
also the 10 placement point. he got the 19 points for his team pretty much. So crazy performance. Also CIS carving out the entirety of the northern side. They looked for the dev team. They got themselves some really good eliminations. So CIS looking really impactful this game.
That's right. And I mean, dev team, at one point, I was hoping that they would be able to just show out with the way that they were performing at the beginning of the match, and then everything just crumbled. Absolutely crumbled when they went up the most fragging team up against Africa. By the way, 4-Eat ends up with those two points just via eliminations. KM with 11, not bad. You know, we had some actual good performances here, Max. What team that we thought was actually going to do better, that I personally thought was going to end up doing better, was Karaspin. They end up with just 1 total point.
That's a rough way to go about it here for the show match. But, yep, 14th place. At least they're not going to be in last position like the MENA team, pulling a reverse R8, it seems. But that does happen every once in a while. S-Fighters, I felt like had a really good entry point on the circle. Southern side trying to hug the river, low ground of that mountaintop. But then they get completely demolished by Yakuza. That was a little bit of an window. Who could expect Yakuza to pull off the clutch of the day here, possibly?
We were joking at one point. We was like, what if he can win it? And then we saw the circle, was like, maybe he can win it. And then we saw the circle again, and Max was like, he's going to win it.
He's in circle again and again. He pulled a Xavier a little bit, but an aggressive Xavier.
He got...
Yeah.
Never mind. I was like, I gotta go see how many Illims the Xavier was able to get in one match yesterday, because he might have actually gotten more Illims than the Xavier in just one match alone.
Ooh, madness happening in this one. Actually, I'm looking, because Team Africa got 31 points. If this was PMGC, they would be in 11th place.
Hey, not bad.
Hey,
considering just one game.
Of course, we got boosted points, right? Because it's classic, but yeah.
Team Africa's gonna go up to the squads and be like, yeah, for everybody currently playing the finals, go look what we did. It's not the same, trust me.
No, it's not.
Not even close.
The circle is so slow, you have so much time to do whatever rotation you want in that game. But yeah, we did see a little bit of a hot drop happening to the eastern side, though. If anything, this is proof, guys, be careful with the guards, they're kind of strong.
Max.
Yeah?
Yesterday, I have to continue on this conversation because we were kind of joking about it, and I just saw it. Yesterday, the Xavier, they ended up winning Rondo, right?
Yeah.
Guess how many eliminations they ended up with?
That 8.
Yep. How many did Yakuza get? 9. He got more points than me.
9 out of 10 points.
Once again, for everybody currently watching, this is just a show match. This is just a PUBG Mobile Superstars United show match. So we're just having a lot of fun here. Once we actually get into the matches, it's going to be completely different because there is going to be a lot of stuff at stake. And I can't wait for us to get into those matches because, boy, there's going to be some teams that are going to be doing some crazy stuff, especially when we end up looking at the bottom of the leaderboard.
Yeah, I mean, this show match was genuinely so fun to cover.
Yep.
Right? I'm like, okay, that was a great day. Wait, we still have 6 more matches. We have the actual PMGC.
I thought we're done.
Right after. It was like, wait, we're done. We're going back to the hotel. No, we're here for 6 more matches. Another rondo coming up very soon. Can't wait for that one. You know what? I would like to do a show match. If anyone on the marketing team wants me,
give us a talent show match. We will
do a
cast.
show match.
We will cast while we play.
Yeah, and we'll put
actually we will have. Let's see. How would this work out?
Put me and Seven against John and Blank.
We will destroy.
And Hot Chicks to cast it. He's too good.
No. I want us to be in the same team. I don't want us to go up against each other.
Ah.
Yeah.
Where would we drop?
You're so competitive, Max.
Yeah, I am. I play Ultimate Royale. What can I say?
Yo, you say that every 5 minutes.
Yes, I'm a proud Ultimate Royale player.
Go up to somebody.
How's
your day going? I play Ultimate Royale. How about you?
That means I'm having a good day. Or bad day if I'm losing my game, which happens quite a bit, actually. So
but I think with the squad, with us, honestly, with all of us, I think we might be able to cook up. Honestly, I'm going to keep it on brand. 7 eliminations.
Of course.
You don't think so?
I'm going to keep it on brand, so I'm going to get 0 eliminations.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because you're not trying to curse us.
Hey.
My boy.
Can I even?
Yeah, you can definitely curse yourself.
I just, whichever team we crash, I'm putting my hand up to the camera right now. And they just fall instantly. They're self-made.
Hey, you can always end that surprise in some of those squads, crash onto them, give it that toll gate method, and then we'll be absolutely fine with some of this squads. By the way, we're just currently waiting to see what's going to happen as we're waiting for those announcements to be made towards some teams. We do have some prizes for them.
Yeah. We have John in the back room. He's calculating who's won this specific award. Oh, you can see him over there on his Infinix device. He's checking it out. Oh. He's hard at work, guys. He's going to be 100% accurate. No issues.
How many elims do you think John can get?
Ooh.
John, look at me in the eyes. How many elims do you think can get? In a show match, not in an actual match against pros. But you know what? We're going to have to wait, John, because I think we're ready as we take it to this stage with Barney.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner! Congratulations to Team Infinix for that winner chicken dinner. What an incredible performance from start to finish. But before we move on to our champion, we have 4 other unique awards to present here on the stage.
ใช่แล้วค่ะขอแสดงความยินดีนะคะกับทีม Infinix ด้วยนะที่คว้าชัยชนะในโชว์แมตช์นี้ค่ะแล้วก็กินไก่ไปเรียบร้อยแล้วนะคะก่อนที่เราจะไปสู่รางวัลแชมป์ค่ะเรายังมีรางวัลพิเศษอีก4รางวัลที่จะมอบให้กับทีมต่างๆด้วยค่ะ
Our first award is called the Super Chicken Squad. This award goes to the team with the highest total damage output during the show match.
ใช่แล้วค่ะรางวัลแรกนี้นะคะก็คือ Super Chicken Squad Award นั่นเองค่ะที่จะมอบให้กับทีมที่ทำดาเมจได้สูงที่สุดในการแข่งขันโชว์แมตช์นี้ค่ะ
And the award goes to Team Africa! Congratulations. Please make your way to the stage.
Please.
Come on down. Team Africa, come down here.
Where are you? Africa team. ขอเสียงเชียร์ดังๆให้ทีมแอฟริกาด้วย
Congratulations. And now, please welcome our award presenter, Kun Liu, the Infinix CMO.
ขอเสียงปรบมือต้อนรับคุณหลิวด้วยค่ะ
The prize that they will be receiving is Infinix merchandise. Congratulations.
นี่ก็คือของที่ระลึกนะคะเป็นของรางวัลจากทาง Infinix นั่นเองค่ะ
Once again, congratulations. Let's take a team photo. Let's take a photo together, everyone.
1, 2, 3
Okay, thank you so much. Gentlemen, you may now leave the stage. Give it up one more time for Team Africa, everybody. And we're back, and we move on. Next, we have the Chicken Mate Tourists Award. This award goes to the team that traveled the longest total distance throughout the show match.
สำหรับรางวัลต่อไปนะคะจะเป็น Chicken Mate Tourist Award ค่ะซึ่งรางวัลนี้นะคะก็จะมอบให้กับทีมที่เดินทางเนี่ยรวมไกลที่สุดตลอดการแข่งขันโชว์แมตช์นี้ค่ะ
And the award goes to Team LATAM Force. Congratulations. Please come to the stage.
ขอเสียงปรบมือให้ลาทัมฟอร์สด้วย Please
Both teams are the furthest away.
travel so far
As you'll see very, very shortly, the prize for this award is a one-day tuk-tuk chartered Bangkok day tour. The ultimate Thai experience. I love it. Congratulations. Come on over. Look at this. You get a big check. AKA, it's like a big, no, look at that, big voucher.
เนื่องจากเดินทางเก่งนะคะก็เอาไปเลย นี่ค่ะเป็นแบบว่าทัวร์ตุ๊กๆนะคะ1 วันในกรุงเทพนี้ค่ะ
Congratulations once again. Thank you guys. You can now return to your seats. Thank you so much.
Congratulations
Okay. Moving on.
yeah welcome to
Welcome
Thailand
to Thailand. Makes sense. I love it. Right. Our next award is the Helpful Chicken Mate Squad. This award goes to the team with the highest number of revives in the show match, proving that they always got each other's back, Snatcher.
yes รางวัลต่อไปนะคะจะเป็น Helpful Chicken Mate Squad Award นั่นเองค่ะซึ่งจะมอบให้กับทีมที่ช่วยชุบชีวิตเพื่อนร่วมทีมได้มากที่สุดนะคะแสดงให้เห็นถึงการเล่นเป็นทีมที่ยอดเยี่ยมค่ะ
And the Helpful Chicken Mate Squad Award goes to Western Europe. Congratulations.
ขอเสียงปรบมือให้ Western Europe ด้วยชุบ
Come
ชี
on
วิตเก่ง
down. Come on down, Western Europe.
อยู่ไหนจ๊ะ Where are you
Pepito, Zaswo, Mikelo, and Kyria. Come on down. Again, it's the furthest away. Again.
Come on
Congratulations, congratulations. Come on down, come on down, come on down.
ชุบชีวิตเก่งขนาดนี้นะคะ
Right, the
เอายาดมไปเลยค่ะ
The prize for this award is 4 gag nasal inhalers. Perfect for keeping your energy up.
Inhaler
We're gonna take a photo. Let's take a photo together. Take a photo. This guy right here. Congratulations once again. Thank you so much. You can now return to your seats. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations
And now, it is time for the Fan Favorite Award. This award goes to the team that received the loudest cheers from the audience during their team entrance, measured in decibels.
และแน่นอนว่ารางวัลต่อไปนะคะเป็น Fan Favorite Award ค่ะว่าทีมไหนเนี่ยที่ได้รับเสียงเชียร์จากแฟนๆกึกก้องมากที่สุดนั่นเอง
That's right, and the number of decibels was 104.9. And the Fan Favorite Award is Team Bob.
ทีมบ๊อบค่ะ 104.9 เดซิเบล
Come on down, come
Come
on
on.
down.
มาเลยค่ะ
Come on, Team Bob.
ทีมบ๊อบมาเลย Woo!
Congratulations, congratulations. I don't have any hands. Oh, Sponge, there you go. Congrats. Nice, nice. Here we go. Okay, you've got. Well, we're gonna do that, don't you worry. Oh, of course. Up you get. Okay, stay right here. This is PUBG Mobile merchandise for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy. We're gonna move into the center and we're gonna invite G1N3 onto the stage. Come on,
G1N3
guys.
ขอเสียงดังๆ
Congratulations, G1N3. It was a formidable effort. Now, you've just won the Fan Favorite Award. Congratulations, you got the loudest cheers. How does it feel to have the support of all these fans here for you guys tonight? And how was it up there?
All right, so it's kind of our first gaming event that we've gone to, and I didn't expect this much support from our fans, because like normally we go to music festivals and stuff, but for this, I really thank you to our fans for always supporting whatever we do, and thank you to PUBG Mobile as well for having us. Such an experience. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. Give it up one more time for Team Bob, everybody.
ขอบคุณ PUBG ด้วยนะคะที่ให้น้องๆเนี่ยได้มาในวันนี้นะคะมาถามฝั่งนี้แต่ว่าพี่ขอเป็นเวอร์ชั่นภาษาไทยเพราะว่าในวันนี้นะคะเดี๋ยวเราจะมาให้กำลังใจค่ะสำหรับทีมแข่งนะคะตัวแทนประเทศไทยในการแข่งขัน PMGC 2025 ค่ะ
ได้ผมก็เป็นกำลังใจครับคือรู้สึกว่าพวกเราเล่น PUBG ตั้งแต่เด็กครับผมแล้วก็โตมาก็ไม่นึกไม่ฝันว่าจะได้มาเล่นในสเตจใหญ่อย่างนี้ด้วยครับผมก็เอาจริงก็วันนี้สนุกมากแล้วก็อยากส่งความสนุกนี้ส่งต่อให้กับพี่ทีมแข่งด้วยครับขอให้เขากวาดรางวัลมาแล้วก็เป็นกำลังใจให้ครับผม
Best of luck to all of our teams as well. Thank you so much. Let's take a quick photo on the stage. Look at that right here. In 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much to Team Bob and to Team G1N3 for joining us on the stage. Give it up for Bus one more time.
ขอเสียงดังๆอีกครั้งหนึ่งค่ะขอบคุณด้วยนะคะน้องๆบัสนะคะ
Finally, we have to congratulate our winners of the show match, of course. Let's give a huge round of applause to Team Infinix for taking first place in the show match and earning that chicken dinner.
เอาละค่ะและตอนนี้นะคะขอเสียงดังๆให้กับทีมที่คว้าอันดับหนึ่งของการแข่งขันโชว์แมตช์และได้รางวัล Chicken Dinner Victory Squad ในวันนี้ด้วยค่ะ
Team Infinix, come on down.
ขอเสียงปรบมือดังๆให้ Infinix ค่ะ
Congratulations, guys. This is kind of awkward, isn't it? Because Team Infinix, we're going to get your prize to come up on stage now. And your prize is 4 Infinix GT30 Pros. Generously provided by you guys, by Infinix, of course. Let's get these prizes down onto the stage so we can give them to you guys.
And now may I invite Kun Liu once again on the stage to present their award to the winner team, please.
We would now like to bring on Kun Liu back onto the stage. Thank you so much. Here we go. Congratulations, Team Infinix. You guys are great sports. You did so well, and congratulations for securing the chicken dinner. And look at these.
ว้าว ได้รับนะคะเป็นโทรศัพท์มือถือของ Infinix นั่นเอง
Thank you so much. One more time. Let's take a photo really quickly. Let's take a quick photo. Let's take a quick photo with these guys.
Take a photo,
quick
please.
photo, and then you guys can dip off the stage. 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much to everyone for competing. What a phenomenal show match. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
I think it is time. It's now time to shift our focus, everybody, back to the grand finals as we dive back into day 2 of our competition. Getting one step closer to discovering who will be crowned our 2025 PMGC champions.
และตอนนี้นะคะเราใกล้การแข่งขันของวันที่ 2 ขึ้นมาอีกนิดนึงแล้วนะคะ เดี๋ยวเราจะมาดูว่าใครเนี่ยที่จะได้เป็นแชมป์นะคะใน PMGC นี้ค่ะ
And so without further ado, let's get into the 2025 PUBG Mobile Global Championship Grand Finals Day 2.
เข้าสู่การแข่งขันวันที่ 2 เลยค่ะ
Now that's how you start start a show right there. We got the crazy performance from Bam Bam. We had the Superstars United show match. By the way, big shout out to my man Max Man at 7 here for casting that one. That's how you do it. By the way, Yakuza, what a sick play at the end, man. That was awesome.
MVP.
Beautiful.
By far.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Was it debatable in the first place?
No.
Not really. What a
Not at
play.
all.
Hey, you know what? Positionally speaking, PMGC potential. Hey.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Of course, we got to give some love to the Infinix GT30 series, the official gaming phone for 2025 PMGC. Engineered for precision, performance, and victory. Go get yours once today so that way you can outplay the rest. Also, guys, make sure you log in. Right now, you have just today and tomorrow to get that permanent Polar Party Mini 14 skin. You want to get that as soon as you possibly can. You can get it for free as well. Also, you can get the Rev It Up emote. You got a little bit more time for that, but I would still go grab that as soon as you possibly can. And last but not least, the champion predictions, guys, right? You have till now, that's right, the final day to predict who your champions are gonna be so you can get some of these sick rewards. My man Maxman has all of them, and I know he's very happy about that.
And I even got all the PMGC skins.
I
got real lucky.
I love it, I love it. And yeah, you can see right now, look at all these great talks. Make sure that you guys follow all the official esports channels. Get a part of the discussion. Use the hashtags, use it all. And then hopefully you can be featured here on the big screen 7.
I'm going to be looking at Takur there. APG because 3 global MVPs. I like your reasoning, honestly. Don't tell me more.
I like the other one at the bottom, just Alter Ego, because Rosemary. And you know what? That's fair.
yeah,
honestly.
It. Word, right? I love to hear it. I love to hear it. You know what, though? I think it's about time we definitely talk, guys, about the matches coming up, right? Yesterday, we saw some great performances, obviously, from DX Xavier and Alpha Gaming. 2 stark contrasts on how to get to the top of the leaderboards here, 7.
Yeah, I mean, that's Max was able to mention about 2 hours ago when we started the show in regards to Pathogen. We got a chance to talk to him. He was saying we got lucky. We got lucky, and it kind of shows because the placement points, 35, only 21 eliminations. And then when you look at APG, Max, I mean, that was a squad that was able to frag out with those 37 eliminations.
Playing together. I know this may be a shock for all of you at home, but yes, Doc is indeed playing with the team.
Yes.
And it's been looking amazing. This has been the strongest I've seen APG play in a while.
Hands
this
down.
is looking really solid in day one. But just back to Xavier, sorry, real quick. 28 minutes survival time at PMGC is ludicrous. No way they maintain that. Come on.
It's insane. And then, I mean, when we talk about performances, Loxy, I was saying yesterday, today, I mean, this tournament, PMGC, feels like it's been his pop-off performance. And he's been putting up great performances, 2.2 eliminations, but Rufus.
Actually, back to Loxy real quick before we go to Rufus. Doing 2.2 average elims in 30 minutes of survival time is a mad achievement for Loxy. But yeah, Rufus, again, MVP contender, trying to catch up to his brothers. Doc, Top, Ziol, trying to make it happen. And an average damage of almost 450 is just mental to have here. And the thing is, sure, Rufus is up there. I've checked the stats. Top, Doc, Ziol, they're not that far on this top players list, right? So the entire squad is putting up massive numbers.
Crazy numbers, and you're going to get a lot of those numbers in Rondo, first match of the day. And remember, guys, for you guys that haven't checked on it, the MVP race, the winner of the MVP here for the finals gets a brand spanking new Porsche Cayenne. So that is what these teams are hunting for, these players are, for sure. So, you know, we got to talk about the MVP race. We got to talk about 2 of the top teams, you know. As we go in here into day number 2, my question to you, Max, is out of the top squads,
yes,
which team are you kind of worried about today? Which team do you have like a little feeling that maybe could, you know, not perform as good here on day 2?
Xavier, because of what we mentioned many times, right? The circle, not quite going their way. If that happens today, if they're challenged by the zone, can they put up a similar performance? Can they reach 28 minutes survival time once again? That's my big fear. I want to see them challenged, and if they are challenged and they get a good game, then I'll be like, you know what, Xavier, I think we'll be able to remain in those top 3 positions.
I think that's a good point. I think that's a great point. I mean, honestly, like, we talked to him, and I asked him straight up, I was like, hey, you know, how you guys feel? You guys are on top. He's like, nah, 3rd place. We're the 3rd place team, you know, in their eyes. And I like that mentality, though, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, you have to look at the reality of it. Yeah, we got a little bit of zone luck. We'll take that, though, right? We'll take a little bit of that action. You got to put up some numbers regardless. But you know what? Speaking of luck, guys, I think we challenge our luck before we start the show here today. All right, so for those of you guys that don't know, there's some crazy stuff happening here in Bangkok, Thailand, all kinds of goodies, and we got some blind boxes. Oh yeah, so we can see what kind of helmet we're gonna get. There's 2 secrets, guys. 2 secrets, so let's go bust this open and see what we get.
That was cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was.
There's
Oh, the
all kinds
packaging?
of colors. Yeah, there's 5
Wait.
colors total.
Did I get the secret one? Or is this just the packaging?
Oh, that's the packaging.
I was like, wait a minute.
Let's see.
I got hella lucky.
Let's bust it open.
Let it rip.
Let's go. What color?
I got the lovely.
You got the
Got
lovely?
the lovely.
Ooh, I got the mysterious.
Oh, yes!
You got.
I can
No
give
way!
this to my daughter!
Oh, that's so
Hey.
cute. Look at that one. Look at these guys. Ah.
Oh,
Mine's
this is
stronger than
sick.
yours.
Let me see its face. Oh.
Oh, hello, player unknown.
Unknown,
What's up?
literally.
You ever wanted to know what
He
player
shall remain
unknown looks
unknown.
like? Here we go. Hold on. Let's see if I can. Come on.
There you
I
go.
don't think you were supposed to reveal that. This-
Well, now you know.
we can. Hey,
This is cool,
let's put
actually.
them here.
Yeah, that's my little buddy
He-
right there.
he's gonna sit. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Sit
sitting.
down. You know what?
Oh, yeah, well,
You know
he's
what? You're
down.
just gonna stay right here. You're gonna stay right here. All right, dude. So that was fun. You know, it's so crazy all the cool stuff that they have here. There was some stuff I'm begging for. Those little mini trophies, dude. Those look so
Ooh.
sick.
I want one.
Yeah.
We're trying to make our contacts get some for us. Are we gonna be successful? I don't know.
I think hopefully we will be.
Yeah, I hope so as well. But guys, you know what? It is time to get the matches started here. I hope you guys are excited. We got John Allen and Blank ready to go. So why don't we go ahead and get ready for match number 1.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
So
It's
ready.
us. It's us. Oh my God.
Hi.
Oh my God. We're back.
Hi, guys.
We're here.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
What? It's crazy. Hey,
Check
we've got
this
some boxes too. We've got some boxes too. That's what we actually are excited about here. We are getting in. Oh, no, come back to us.
Wait,
Whoa,
please.
whoa, do it faster.
I got the blue one. I got the blue one. I got the blue one. Okay,
I think I
you go to the
I
map.
got
You can go to the map now. You go to the map.
Oh, no. What did I get? Oh, I got the gold one.
Oh,
Whoa, I got the gold one. I got the joyful.
that's actually cool. Wait, is that the secret?
No. It's the joyful. It's one of the ones. It's one of the ones. It is. It's on the side of the box. It's on the side of the box. I was showing that to Jukes. The 5 are there. Look at that. The joyful. Let's go.
He won't
He's
leave.
gonna hold hands. He's gonna make friends. Oh no, that's not gonna work.
It's
is it?
Killer Joe.
All right. Well, we're feeling pretty joyful here as we are going to be getting stuck in. Ooh, get a little card with my little minifigure there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
The
What have you got?
clam.
The clam. Are you sure that's the clam and not the calm? It's the it is the clam.
It's the clam. I got the clam. What?
Hey, you know
Why
what?
did everyone else get cool names? I got
Hey,
the clam.
I didn't choose it. I didn't
He's
choose
some
it.
kind of seafood
What can I say?
connoisseur or something. The clam number 1. Okay. I am number 1.
Absolutely.
So that's kinda cool.
Yeah, the joyful number 1 too. No, 1, just 1. Either way, we are going to be cutting to a quick video whilst we get this match ready to go. We only have a couple seconds left. We'll see you guys in the match.
Bye bye.
Oh, I was just kidding.
It was a joke.
A couple more seconds.
That was a joke. Were you staying on us for a little bit? This guy's kind of scary, but it's we're video now. Video now. Watch this.
What's up, everybody? I'm the 7GG, joined with Max and joined by Refis from APG. Refis, I'm going to be starting off. We've seen you guys go from gauntlet to groups, and the main focus has been the team playing compact and playing together. What has led to those changes?
За Refus бидний хувьд та хэдийг ганцлаас group stage-ээс одоо ингээд финалийн шатн дээр хамаагүй нэгт улам хамтдаа тоглодог болсныг одоо харж байна. Ерөнхийдөө танай багийн хувьд ямар хутга бэлтгэл хийж орж ирвэ?
За бид Gauntlet-ээс долоод орж чадлагүй унсан. Тэгээ Gauntlet-ээс group stage руу орох тоглолтын дээр бид алдагаа засаад тэгээ group stage final зэрэг дээр яг адилхан тактикаар тоглож байгаа. Тэгэхээр яг group stage-ээс final руу яг тактик өөрчилж орж ирсэн юм байхгүй.
From us, we had a lot of mistakes at the Gauntlet stage, and on the group stage, we were only focusing on fixing our mistakes that we have previously done and prevent that to be happening again. But for us in the finals, we're just following the same play style that we have done in the previous group stage. There has nothing changed.
All right, well, I definitely love those changes. We've seen Doc play more of a supporter role. The timing has been there too, Max. I mean, this squad has been playing perfect. They're currently in second place. Do you have a question for them?
I mean, they're looking really good here, Seven, but I have a focus mainly on Rufus here this time around, which is ever since PMWC, even PMSL, even PMGC this season, right, Rufus has been clearly the clutch savior player for this team, and I want to see how can you describe possibly here, Rufus, your role and what you try and do for your team every single match in game?
자, 리프스 어떤 그 노릇듯이 хамаагүй жоохон анхаарал хандуулъя. Чиний хувьд энэ жил PMWC, PMSL одоо ингээд энэ дэлхийн аврах дээр хүртэл ерөнхий багийнхаа аврагч clutch factor болж чадлаа. Одоо өөрийнхөө баг доторх ролоо бидэнд жоохон хэлүүлвэ.
За ер нь багт нэрлдэг нэршлэлээр бол би багийнхаа attacker гэж явдаг. Тэгээд багийнхаа хэцүү дүүгэл болон хэцүү байрлалуудыг айл болох авч тоглох гэж хичээдэг.
As in the term of the competitive scene, my role goes as attacker. I always try to go for the toughest position and try to gain those positions for our team.
All right, well, I mean, it's currently working. He was able to get daily MVP on day one. You're currently in second place. We'll see if APG can get to that second place, Max.
Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, absolutely. They've got to lock in for day two. This is where you set that Smash rule bubble. It is where the points start to clarify as to who could be in the running for the championship. Yep. It is where you need to lock in.
So I'm going to do an impression of Maxman and Seven real quick.
Okay.
So I'm Maxman right now.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You're French.
Bonjour. Yeah, so I thought that team was doing really good. How do you feel about that, Seven? Now I'm Seven now.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that team was really good.
What are you doing to them?
Oh, it's kind of mean. Kind of mean. But yeah, we were just here for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, it's just us for a minute.
And now we're going to go to another video. Hey, this thing, you tap it with your phone, it opens PUBG Mobile. We're going to open a video right now, so get out of here.
Tap.
What's up, everybody? I'm the 7WG, joined by Maxman. We have DRX, QXZZZ. So many Z's. Max, do you have a question for them?
Oh yeah, I mean, right now, DRX, one of the most consistent teams in the world, 4th in the power rankings. I want to know here, QXE, what do you think makes you stand out compared to every other team here at this year's PMGC?
지금 DRX는 승리 점수는 많이 먹었는데 혹시 이 제일 중요한 이유는 뭐라고 생각하고 있어요?
일단 그냥 저희가 오랫동안 이제 멤버가 안 바뀌고 이제 합을 유지한 게 가장 큰 중요한 포인트라고 생각합니다.
We think that's because we didn't change our player for a long time and we did a very good teamwork. This is the most important reason.
Okay, and for me, day one, I mean, the performance for the squad is there, but there is a bit of a question when we go to Erangel. You guys were only able to achieve 9 eliminations. Is that going to be a priority for today, looking to get more eliminations in Erangel?
어제 경기에서 에른그 맵에서 그냥 9점만 먹었는데 혹시 그 이유가 뭐라고 생각하고 있어요? 그리고 오늘은 어떻게 조정할 수 있어요?
일단 이제 그랜드 파이널 첫날이기도 하고 어제 밀배 서클 같은 경우도 저희가 원하던 대로 약간 상황이 흘러가지 않아서 이제 첫날 데이터가 좀 부족했다라고 그냥 생각하고 이제 두 번째 람블턴은 좀 그런 실수 없도록 해야 할 것 같습니다.
We think that that's because it's the first day of the grand final and also the circle is not very good for us. But I think we can do it better today and just we don't make the same mistake as yesterday.
All right, well, a lot of the squads are going to be looking to be blessed like DX was able to be blessed. But let's see if DRX got what it takes because DRX, let's go, baby!
Yeah! Oh, lovely little flex at the end there as well. Get ready for it. Getting stuck in thick and fast. It is going to be coming for them. And to be honest, at the moment, the South Koreans, they do need a representative to be on the top of the podiums because one of the two teams there, doing so well.
Kind of bad. It's been kind of bad. Let's be honest. I think for D+, some kind of a change is happening. But I think also day one for D+ was a bit of a struggle in their groups anyway. So I think for them, there can be a big change. It was just unfortunate they weren't able to get a lot of points. They need more. They definitely need more. At the end of the day, they were able to get themselves a chicken dinner. It was a low elim count chicken dinner in Impala as well, which is roughly where they start their matches out. So that was pretty fortuitous for them. Can they make the climb today? Will teams at the top start doing a little bit worse? I think for DXavier, I think that's some big humility from their side of things, saying that, you know what, guys, we're sort of a third place team, actually, after yesterday. We shouldn't be in first place. We got very lucky with some of the circles. Personally, to me, I think they played at least 2 of their matches pretty damn well in terms of the rotations. But yes, there was a lot of just hiding, just staying safe. They were able to get themselves a lot of points, and that's fair enough. But I think even they understand that they need to do more if they want to remain in this first place position. Or what the hell, maybe they just get the circles all day again today.
Yeah, just do it that way, you know?
Yeah.
Just get on through, set that smash boundary, get yourself up towards
They
those top
closed the
spots.
game out. They closed the game out, though.
They did do that.
It's important.
It was a low elimmer, especially on... I feel like Rondo was really the one where it was quite, very definitely, you know, being helped out by the circle on
Definitely, massively.
Very massively, totally.
Hugely.
And also probably...
Absolutely.
Completely helped out by the circle on that one. And then they were highlighting it tongue-in-cheekily on the show match as well, that they got fewer elims than...
You're quite cheeky, aren't you?
Just the one player from Infinix. Hey, look, I've been known to sass every now and again.
You're a sassy man. Yeah. But yesterday was definitely an interesting, definitely an interesting day for us yesterday.
Totally, yeah.
Totally. Radically.
100%.
And I think that the things that excite... Really?
Yeah, it's starting to...
Is it annoying you?
Me,
yeah, they're being cheeky.
It is being cheeky. It would go on a backpack, though, pretty well. So
it would, actually. I could whack that on my backpack.
Ooh,
yeah.
Maybe I'll do it on mine.
Yeah, you could do it. And then everyone knows I'm a PUBG Mobile guy.
Hell yeah. And we can help people open their PUBG Mobile apps.
From my really annoying.
Be like, hey, open PUBG Mobile right now.
Is this like the new...
Whoa, no, get back. There we go.
Is this like the new Alexa play Despacito?
Wait, hang on. Gives yours. Oh, couldn't keep it going.
You're entertaining us.
I know.
Is it my turn?
Yeah. Can you juggle?
No. I can try though.
Oh, you can juggle. You juggled. Oh no, it's 90 Globe and over a prison. They fell off.
I'm telling you, the level 3 helmet is hard.
Oh, did you just get clonked?
That bonked me round the head. So I have a concussion now. So the casting may be lackluster.
Hey, you know what?
But yeah, I gave it a go. I got a good 2 loops in. It was not 1.5. All right, it counted as 2. We're going to round that up. All right, I'm calling that a win. In my books. That was it. That was a DXavier. But rounding it up.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, just round up.
Just round it up.
Just keep rounding up. You get more and more points as time goes on.
I think one team that they highlighted as well was APG. I think yesterday they definitely played.
I'm just worried about
much more together. Oh, I'm getting nabbed. Anyway, these things are distracting.
They really are.
But yes, yesterday played way more together. I think they made some incredible rotations. Maxman was even telling me that in PMSL CSA there was an exact circle that they played over there on Erangel where they got their win, and they played to a T again here. But I think the main thing for me, and what I was talking with the desk this morning over breakfast, over a lovely omelette, was that APG has a lot of respect for this lobby. And I think as a team who is so renowned, right, as this aggressive team, it's great to see squads be able to come into PMGC and be like, okay, all of these players we're up against, incredible, absolutely sublime.
Yeah.
And we have to respect that, because some teams don't.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't just come in as a bully squad playing in a small pond as a big fish. You're in an ocean now, right? You have to start to swim harder and faster.
Yeah, D+,
and in different ways,
though,
different techniques.
Yeah, D+ is kind of the krill swarm right now.
Okay, all right.
Getting consumed by the APG whale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the Regnum Kaya whale in this case.
Well,
they are in blue.
Yeah,
in game.
It has been a bit of a feud between D+ and Regnum Kaya, repeatedly seeing those two teams clash, but we'll have to wait a little bit longer until we see them again. We're going to head over to the desk until we're ready.
That's right, bring it back to us, baby. That's how we get it going, guys. Thank you so much for being so patient. We're going to get the matches started just a little bit, but we wanted to talk a little bit more about some of the action that we got coming up. So we already talked about some of the top squads, guys, right? As we go down the line, there's 2 teams in particular that come into my mind besides our top 2 teams, all right?
Yeah.
Regnum Karya, D+. All right, we saw those squads go at it like crazy in day one. Max, you think it's gonna happen again here in day two?
I don't think so. I think it was already crazy. They were fighting early game 3 matches in a row in the first 2 Orangles and the Rondos. Like, is this targeted? I don't think so. I think, unfortunately, their rotation path just kind of clashed and it ended up being a big fight between those 2 teams. But you know what? Regnum Karia, they were looking fine. Also, they fixed their hot drop in Picado. Currently, right, going for the trash to the west. D plus Kia is the team that I am waiting right now, 7, to initiate that comeback. The reigning champions, currently at the bottom of the rankings in 13th position. We are expecting way more from this squad.
We saw a bit of a wake-up call from them, especially in the last match in Miramar. They ended up with a win in 8 eliminations. I know what you're going to be saying.
He knows me.
Yeah. Say it.
It was a city finish, so it's a bit weird.
Even with that. A win's a win, baby. So I'm glad that we're able to at least be able to do something with this squad. Now, going into today, I'm hoping they don't get into those engagements with Regnum Karia. I'm hoping that they don't end up getting with those early fights and try to focus more towards the later of the match. This squad, remember, it kind of feels exactly what they were able to do on their previous stages too. Sometimes starts off a little bit slow, but then ends up picking it up in day 2. This isn't last chance. I know last time we got a chance to see last chance. It's not. We're gonna actually have 3 days here. We don't know how many matches on the final day because of the smash rule coming into effect. But besides that, I mean, I see Blank over there throwing up a 6. I'm guessing he's saying that we're gonna get 6 matches. And then John, for some reason, I think the math, the legend, he threw up 7. So.
Oh.
Because you're 7.
He was saying hi to you. That's what it was. You know what though? You know what? Speaking of 6.
I do.
Yeah, crazy. A crazy stat, right? Actually, I was looking at Regnum Karia, right? They have only 6 placement points so far in day 1. That is the 3rd from the bottom when it comes to placements. But they're sitting in the mid pack.
1 per game. Hella consistent team.
Yeah, super consistent.
I mean, if you're talking about placement points in regards to some of these other squads, we're going to talk about APG because APG, outside of their win, they were only able to get 4 placement points. And this is a squad that was able to frag out. Remember with the graphic that we saw a long time ago, that I'll try to refresh you guys on what it was. And it was none other than APG amount of eliminations. 37 when we ended up comparing that to what DX was able to do.
Yeah.
DX, even though they're in first place, they only ended up with just 21 eliminations. I mean, it goes to show, yes, you might not be able to get those placement points, but right now, if you're doing just enough, whether it's fragging, whether it's placement points, you're putting yourself into contention and hopefully continues on for some of these squads.
Hey, putting yourself in contention is so important right now, especially with that smash rule, guys. We're going to definitely see it come into effect tomorrow because we could literally have just 2 matches tomorrow and this is over, right? So that's a big thing to consider. Now, when we look a little bit further down the leaderboards, right? Seven, I'm going to ask you this question. When it comes to middle squads, which team do you feel is a little like a sleeper squad, right? What team do you think that today is going to be a big threat in the middle pack?
Is this considered the middle pack? I'm going to ask you guys, and then if you guys say yes, then I'll continue on. R8 Esports, is that Max? Is that considered a middle squad?
6th position, yeah, I would know what that's the high middle.
Yeah.
Currently, right?
Jukes?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I think.
All right, cool. Then with that said, then yeah, I mean, that's one squad that definitely was able to surprise me in regards to what they were able to do yesterday. And don't worry, I'm about to break down what ended up surprising me because that team did their thing. And their thing was able to be aggressive in Gauntlet. And they continue on that aggression. I was able to talk to Starlight, and he said even though they are not in the top 3, they are very happy with their performance. They're very happy with what they were able to do considering that the zone was not in their favor. And for this squad, it was massive to continue on the trend that we saw out of them from the Gauntlet in being aggressive, getting those eliminations. And the main factor, Max, is not being scared of taking fights.
I mean, Namori was not scared of taking those fights. He loves getting in those engagements. But you know what? A team that's a little bit lower, and by a little bit lower, it's significantly lower. Alter Ego, except for that first angle, they barely made it through the early stages here, Hot Jukes. I want to see them try and make it out of that one. I wanted to see them making these top 5 scenarios. Alter Ego, Indonesia, let's go.
Let's go, baby. Match number 1. We're headed to Rondo. Let's get it started. My eyes are going to be on Neox Factory. Are we going to finally see that crazy hot drop? I'm hoping so. Let's go ahead and send on over to our casters, John Allen and Blake.
It is time to get fresh with it. Here on day 2 of the Grand Finals for the PMGC, we are going to be dropping in over Rondo for the 2nd time. Hopefully, well, definitely not the last. There's at least one still to come tomorrow, because that will be where we'll see our Smash boundary set. But we have to look in towards this one. The Neox Factory hot drop situation did not pop off yesterday. Will that change today, or a team's going to maintain stability?
Let's hope. Let's hope for stability. Killer Joe, 777 damage. Let it ride.
Let it ride.
Let it ride. That's a very lucky scoreline for him, so hopefully that luck can come back into effect right here, right now. Wild with the 5 elims here on Rondo. A surprising candidate there for Regnum Kaya, in my opinion, considering that I think a lot of the work comes through from Zed Wolf, from Silas, from Loxy. Wild's usually that guy that holds down the fort for the team, right? He holds the anchor. But Wild here, absolutely going crazy.
This is a 3v3 in Heme Town on the northeast side. Alpha 7 and E-Arena travel through the door, not through the window, sorry, not quite able to connect, but that was a wild run out coming on through for TourneyK, but he goes down. Both teams have sent an outpost recall position, and they're probably going to need to get on the road now. Alpha 7 move west to Muhopan with their solo, and all the way down to Jadina City, actually. It's Joker for E-Arena. The fight's still popping, though, and Obscure takes a nade to the face. Bad for their health. Revo looking to try and keep things under control. The only player now alive in this situation, in this spot for Alpha 7, but he's going to give it a good go. Unfortunately, that's not going to be quite enough. Not this time around. E-Arena able to hold their nerve in the face of fire, and Alpha 7 are going to be swept back to their recall spot, Muhopan.
Thai crowd's loving that. Tell you that now. This is Alpha 7 as well. Pretty aggressive team, hard team to take down. This is Dancheng, and not the place you expect to have 4 teams in at the moment. You got Kara here, Mad Bulls, R8 as well. Look what the guys on the desk were talking about R8. I think that, they should be very proud with the performance so far. Very cool as well, considering. But I think for R8, the region, they perform fantastically here. Rory is real devil in the mix at the moment. Mad Bulls, though, still giving it as good as it gets. Can't really count out Pusher either on Mad Bulls after the slick performance versus APG yesterday, almost getting the 1v4 off.
CEO moving up the staircase just to back off the fight a little bit for Kara. Still playing on this split, waiting for their final players to drop, it seems. See what value they can extract here. Vampire with the recall position down towards Tinlong Garden. Taking a while to get over towards that one if they went normally. Kara, we've just had some bad news in our ears, Blank. This fight, whilst it is going to continue to pop off, we are going to be seeing a restart. Unfortunately, on this match, the game is going to be going once more, which is unfortunate. We'll see who's going to win this fight, though. We are still in with an interesting situation. I wonder if the hot drops might change on a repeat, on a re-go, on a restart on the match.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, for Saudi team, it definitely is a little bit of a struggle for them as well, considering down to getting 1 elimination off that. Looked like it was going fairly well. Yeah, I think teams are just waiting.
Oh, okay. Well, I've had some interesting news to change that. I've baited you all. This is a real match. We're not getting a restart. There's been too much that's gone on. Okay, so this fight really does matter. All right, able to come back on in. I'm sort of clocked out a little bit, I'll be honest, Blank, but we are back on board. With 4 elims for R8 and Vampire playing on the inside now. Looking to try and rack up these points. Lazarus will ride again, I'm sure. Tony K. To try and control the staircase. Well, in the meantime, all V3. Won't be able to get that. Nothing doing there for Scarface. Vampire continue to lose a player. Mori with the dropout. Looking for Tony K now. Kara have disengaged from this fight entirely, and they will have to continue their path out to the west.
Murray's still looking for more here. S12K runs out of bullets here at the moment. Tony K will tuck in for just a second. Now R8 looks for a little bit more. Tony K is really getting nipped at the heels at the moment. A quick switch around. We'll find at least one.
Not going to be able to get that flush out just yet, and it might be Amori with the res. Tony K now with a nade, cooking it. Amori actually wants the challenge. He's going for the fight. A double bouncer on it. Up and down the door frame, and Tony K rinses it.
Yeah, that was actually insane. In the meantime, Vampire's been able to get all their players back up and kicking. Left Tony K behind, assuming that he wouldn't be making it too much further into this match, but that remains to be seen with a very clutch performance there from him. PUBG United 2025, by the way.
Wow, that's what I heard.
They're here with PUBG and PUBG Mobile all at the same time. Do us a favour.
Two on both your Infinix GT30s, you know.
Yeah.
That's what you want. To be able to rack that one up. We're looking currently at around where our show match finished. Around on that river hook on the southwest side. Rodrigo looking to hold down the ground, and Parajin will not be able to move in through it. There is still lots of recalls available. It's just a question of now getting to those recall locations. When you're this central, as DXavier are right now, the recall beacons are much more hotly contested and vigilantly guarded, right, by all the teams that have surrounded them. It's actually a lot harder to get recalls on if you've gone center early. So losing a player like that might be DXavier busted down to 2, but I feel like at 2, you do just have to look to commit to a recall, even if you have to go all the way down south towards Long Ho.
Do have a PMGC code redemption here, which is PUBG x PUBGM, so whack that on in-game to receive your rewards.
Oh, a little tune to go with it too. That's one of the rewards, I think.
Yeah, you like that? That was good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Oh, did that again, probably. All right, ooh, on the recall tower as well. Alpha 7 looking to hunt this one down. The swing out from the north side.
And that's R8 out because of that. That was their final player. Mid-recall as well. Very, very much a rough scenario for you there. R8 been able to start the day with 5 elims though, at least. But it's not all doom and gloom for the squad. Ulf's here with 37 points on the leaderboards. I think Ulf did okay yesterday. I want to see a little bit more out of them. Some of the holds were less impressive. And I think that for Scarface, who is an extremely experienced player, it was somewhat frustrating watching him miss some of these DP shots, or just not even take the DP shots at all. I want to see Scarface flexing out a little bit more on these off angles. Just because you're a PMGC doesn't mean you have to stop playing to your strengths, even though they are a little bit dangerous at times. Same can be said for Vampire. Honestly, for Lazarus, previously Schweppes, he was someone that I always praised the off angles for. Not really doing that as much.
Human with the challenge on the wall. Alva with the roll-up. Sorry, that's Moana coming on through and getting that spray down, getting that shutdown, but it's traded. QXC holding his nerve on the corner. Recalls are going to be still available, so if you get out of this fight, you can get your team back. Krypton, though, doing a lot of work, and so's Rosemary here as he saddles on into the fight. So easy now in the corner. Looking to play solo on this, as I'm imagining the other player from DXavier has sent away from it, trying to go for one of those recalls. From DRX, sorry. Playing on the inside, though. Now 3 players from Rodrigo bearing down upon him. Looks for the shots. Rosemary baited by a teammate. No, don't want to shoot that guy. Step on in instead. And Rosemary able to shut it down nice and quickly. So easy falls, and DRX down to 1 player.
Just embed all the bullets in the wall, and eventually some will find so easy. DRX will send Kaiksei out as that beacon holder for the team. Trying to get back up to action. After the amazing day DRX had yesterday, it would be a shame to see them go down so early here on Rondo, where they could potentially get themselves up into a first place with DXavier going down to just 2.
Are Alpha 7 going to crash on towards Kaiksei and take down another solo rezzing player? Another recalling solo? We'll have to wait and see, because they are pretty close to each other on the western side. Mad Bulls trying to hold down the west side of things a little bit, stopping Team Flash from getting in. No casualties felt, though, for Team Flash. Just a little bit of a reposition. And actually, sending out towards Kaiksei, who does now need to be worried. Solo player. Last for DRX. 2nd place on the tables. They are looking to try and hold this one out. Team Flash, they're rolling on up, and looks like they're here to stay. But they've already managed to get the recall, and DRX are now here to play as well.
DRX, if they're able to get a clean fight off the back of this one, John, it means a fairly quick reset as well. They're working with limited supplies, which is probably the most difficult part of this, but if they're able to take down the players from Flash, oh my god, they'll be set for this game. So it's a tough task, John.
Double barrel, not a lot of ammo on those recalls as well. That's a nade finding its mark. Now around the corner, Kaise needs to try and hold out Win. Low HP, does get clipped. The long angle here coming on through as well. But another step out peak knock comes through for Team Flash. And DRX on the ropes here. Hyunbin, though, with a challenge on the off angle. Brings them even on the numbers. The nade nearly connecting. And getting a flush there is a nice little point improvement coming through for DRX.
Yeah, it's a good shot from Hyunbin. Him being able to take down the backline player really does send things into a little bit of disarray now for the Flash. Sadly, DRX, supplies are running very low. They are destitute on the side of the South Korean team.
Ooh, low ammo, no nades, really fresh off that recall. Feet just about back on ground. Terra Firma not as comfortable as it needs to be for them right now. Healing coming on through will be limited as well, but Hyunbin is giving it a good go here. He's got a lot more ammo than the rest of them. He is really the major danger right now for Team Flash, but speaking of QXE with a swift little peek out. Now they got 2 players to fight on in. The smoke covering the door here, but they might just try and charge it through. They can still get this recall with the smoke cover.
DRX opening the door with the reses going through. Flash moves off it, around the side. Both players about as much HP as the final player from Flash here.
They know he's on the outside. Bose with the challenge, maybe try and break out. A double bounce from Hyunbin as well, banking the nade perfectly, and that is Team Flash done and dealt with. Could not find the recall. Oh, there's shots coming in, but Hyunbin's going to stick it. Where's that coming from? Either way, the circle popped up in the midst of all of that. Team Flash going down there. It's disorganized. It's not good.
No, it's not. I mean, for Team Flash, all that comes down to is Hyunbin on that back angle. With the 1v1 he takes, he's confident enough to go for it as well, and that really does now push DRX back into a better position. Really cool to see, honestly, for DRX. I think it was potentially one of the players from Mad Bulls or DXavier taking shots over towards DRX there. DXavier did get themselves back up to 4 players total, but they're out in the blue right now, so it's a bit of a journey for them to get back in. Regnum Kaya, though, slap bang in the center of the circle, looking to get PMGC back under control now, but with only 3 players, it is a little bit more of a challenge for them.
Yeah, they lost a player earlier. I believe it was to Alter Ego, if I'm not mistaken, who are on their north side right now. But Alter Ego have also taken a knock and a flush. However, they have 6 elims, which is a little bit better, I think is safe to say, than 0 elims. And they are pretty happy with that performance. On the north side of the center of this circle, I think they're chilling for a little bit longer. DXavier trying to get an outpost in through the middle. The rest of them very far afield. We'll see whether they're able to find their way on in. Thundertalk spotting Vampire in the meantime as well on our screens. Vampire trying to push in from that south edge, and Thundertalk denying them access. Recall towers are still available. You can still use those recall beacons, so getting one of those under control is a pretty big asset.
It's still a case of kind of having to go out into the edge of the circle to get that done. I think APG currently is guarding off the one over on the north side of the map here, preventing teams from heading over towards that way. D+ are quite late into this circle, for D+, I would say, on the northwest edge. They will be challenging against APG, as well as their South Korean teammates.
Balls over towards DRX on the rotate, who are now only 2 players alive. Blank, I'm still wondering where the rest of DXavier are, because I think 3 of them are very far out in the blue somewhere. Levi sent in and is now fairly central as a solo, so he's scouted that access route south, but that scouting is going to start to time out as teams move in towards the area. And he's not really going to be able to hold that position as a solo if someone decides to rock up on it. And at the moment, Ulf, very, very close by.
Yeah, that's our DRX. It's a pretty ridiculous push-up here from DRX. Absolutely no one looking to do anything about it. In comes DXavier on the western road, past Carrillo from Alpha 7, who really isn't getting too much done. DRX do take a knock and a flush there.
Zedwolf down on Regnum Kaya, the team to take that knock over towards DRX and leave them as 1. But losing Zedwolf, that's not really... if you had to choose a player to lose, to be honest, Silas, I reckon. You take him out of the mix, he can still IGL, he can still backseat that, you know? Not Zedwolf. He's a lot of fun.
I think it's kind of strange for Reg and Kai because I think they rely on Silas so much as a scout that some of their game plan goes to pot once they lose him. D+ though going up against APG. Chips is down and Fabian goes next. That's from shots afar.
APG taking the full knock, the full flush on the squad. The squad wipe to APG. They did it yesterday on Rondo. They got a few more elims for their money, but it's just so back and forth with this roster, and I don't think my nerves can take it. Vampire did manage to get a recall onto their player who got knocked and flushed. Those recall towers now going to start to shut off fairly soon. So a nice valuable pickup coming on through. And on that south side, they do need to march further north. DX Xavier moved in, but they only managed to get through with 3. They did lose 1 on that approach, which is further north still of that southern blockade by Thunder Talk.
I think I'm mostly looking over towards Kara and the arena right now, what they're going to do next, because they absolutely have to get in, but they're cut out by that Eastern Road, and you've got Alter Ego to look at. Reg and Kai are probably challenging out for this position. Thunder Talk need to come through here as well. Vampire tried to wrap up over towards that northwest side, but they've come into contact now with Alpha 7.
That is a pretty fearsome thing to see. King scouting it out. Vampire, as you said, on that wide swing. King trying to track them. Damage dealt both ways, and that's going to allow Vampire to access around that more eastern side of the approach. The smokes on towards Alpha 7's position. They're putting them out, but they do cover those sightlines towards some of the rotations. Tony K going bold on the peak. There's a nade finding its way on through. Just about to go off. Half a second. Doesn't quite connect. The hop through is a little bit stronger there. There may still be a few littering the ground, but they're exchanging. Vampire have managed to skirt this one.
Some initial great shots over towards Skir as well, who is the main sightline over towards Vampire at the beginning. So getting him fairly low did mean the rest of Vampire could move up. Now Red Bull's going to make a move here over towards the rest of the team. But he's skirting very, very wide, so he should be okay. But this is a frustrating aspect of the match now for Alpha 7, because realistically you want to hold that angle. With Vampire getting up here, makes your life very, very difficult, because you ever want to leave from here, you want to try and take a peek out towards the east side of the circle, which is probably more important to Alpha 7 right now. You have to cut through Vampire.
It's not ideal. On that southwest side, Kara fighting off on the eastern edge. This is the teams that you were talking about, right? E-Arena and Kara, with Thunder Talk moving up towards the north. Kara are going to try and move first, get ahead of the curve. Sitting not going to be able to find that shot, find that spray down, and off angles are suppressing. Is that coming from DX Xavier? I think it might have been, and Kara get through with 2.
Getting an anchor down as well, right? They've set the post up. The rest of the team needs to rappel over towards them. Alpha 7 though, looking over towards Vampire. Tony K already down, now flushed out. Carrillo takes an absolute whopper to the face there.
Ooh, and Lazarus spotted as well. That is nasty. Vampire now playing on us too. Both players from Alpha 7 not getting fully knocked there allows them to go for those heals, get those health bars nice and reset. They're looking healthy into this fight. Lazarus nowhere near getting res up here as well, and they're crashing straight off forward. Blank, they want to close this one out, but maybe they've been a lot more than they can chew. Grizao getting a little bit crazy with it, and maybe not the optimal moment to do so. Oh dear, that's not what you want to see. Alpha 7 losing 1.
I mean, it looked kind of sick, you know. He stopped up short and then got out the vehicle and let the momentum propel him over the top of Red Bull. Sadly, didn't quite pan out the way he'd like, but I think for Alpha 7, that really does hurt them. And I think that if I was Carrillo, I'd be pretty upset with Guizao right there. You just dropped your team down to 3 for no reason.
Carrillo, though, finds another knock, looks for the last. It's Lazarus to try and rise above. One spray, one nade connects. The shotgun around the edge, just not quite enough firepower there. Revo does go down, but they can look for this res again. The blue zone's moving in, but they've got a little bit more time to play with.
Yeah, super interesting ending here, with Kara able to get over towards a little hilltop. You've also got Alter Ego on the northeast side and a compound, all down towards the southwest, who are both fairly safe. You've got Goat as well inside of this, so likely we get towards an end game here with 14 at 4 players. Right, but seeing this getting lit up by Maso here. This is the revenge, the shots that were taken earlier.
That is nasty news for Thunder Talk. They were trying keep themselves under control on the south side, but their move forward has been treacherous. Those emergency cover flares not quite giving them enough cover. They need a little bit more. And AJ now the last to stand, only the one Elim over towards Alpha 7, takes a little volley of fire, but can't really afford to stay out there too long. Alpha 7 trying to move in as well. They are right on the rim of this circle, Blank, and they are just trying to skirt around the edges, try to find any sort of cover that they can. It's really sparse, but that's going to make it a little bit easier. Thunder Talk, though, out in the meantime.
Alter Ego able to find those shots. I'd like to see a step up from Alter Ego today, and already at 9 elims, it's been a fantastic game for them so far. Yesterday, I still think there was a bit of overconfidence coming through, which is crazy, considering Alter Ego has multiple times over the course of PMGC got a little overconfident on their splits and were punished because of it. Rosemary, though, doing it again.
It's going pretty well, though. Managed to get that 10th Elim. Kara holding their nerve as Arena trying to leave the angle. They're harried by Rosemary, slammed straight into the Kara hold, and it is not going well. Sakura trying to find a little slice of this circle under the tree, trying to hide beneath the shade here, but it is a little bit of a nerve-wracking spot. Nobody has to move just yet. We'll wait for the next circle coming through in 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think that when I look at Alter Ego, I think they're a team that loves to take these risks, right? And I think they also understand they're a team that can capitalize and profit off those risks quite a lot. They're not a team that takes a risk and gets 1 or 2 elims. Typically when that happens, they have these big, big games. So far, this is one of those games with 10 elims in the pocket at the moment. Pretty heavy on the jeans there, but let's see if they can start to break the seams with a couple more elims off the back of this end game.
There are threads that can be picked at in Alter Ego's gameplay. Let's hope they don't unravel here on the approach, because they do need to move. Krypton, though, with a beautiful opener on the nade. Marceau already very low. Layers it on with the second to land as well. More damage being dealt. Lewis is now very low, and Krypton looking to get the healing in. Alva has now been allowed to get up and close. Doesn't have any nades. Neither does Krypton, so they can't put them back on into the mix against Kara. But another step up and goes for the spray down, connects with Marceau. CEO now trying to challenge. The off angles from Arena could come. No! Goes straight on over the top, trying to suplex them there. And Alva has to follow it up. It's going well, though. Has to back off the HP low. Alpha 7 chiming in. Krypton with the last chance, and Rosemary says go. But it is not the right time.
Man, I think that Krypton had set that up so well as he walked further and further forward, past where the nades were going over the top of him, stutter stepping his way into a better spot, and then Rosemary just sends it. And again, there is a world there where Rosemary flattens both the players, and it's incredible. But this is what we're working with Alter Ego, is just these parallel worlds where in certain situations, yes, that goes well, but there was a more consistent approach there. And I don't think we had to go for the Doctor Strange approach, honestly.
I mean, it felt like they were really low on utility there. They didn't have the nades really to back up that position anymore.
They had mollies. They had mollies, and that was the perfect spot to start mollying, and then you could have isolated position.
Had that opportunity, it was thrown to the wayside, but 10 elims on the match, Blank. It's still a good result. They'll still be able to earn points off it, but it could have been bigger. It could have been phenomenal, actually. Getting 10 at this point already. Going further, one can only imagine what they would have found, but it is not to be. Instead, we will turn our eyes to the rest of the lobby. Right now on the road side, you've got Rectum Kaya, TX Xavier with 3, doing pretty well on their position as well. They don't have any elims just yet, but that's just their MO. That's their modus operandi.
We'll see what DX Xavier is able to do with the rest of this game. It was a tough start for him, though. So this wasn't just a gifted position on the map, and I think they've realized potentially they're underlooted, right? They had to come out from the blue. They got the recall beacon in. So I'd love to see forward. Finally the angle put into a 1-4.
Oh, he gets the first. Has to get the second, though. Kara have been a major profiteer of this circle. Kind of impressive, if you ask me, on that south side. They looked very raggedy in terms of their positioning, in terms of their approaches, but it's cleaned itself up a little bit. They are now together, but the next circle comes on through. Is it going to help them, or is it going to take them away? No, well, you know who it is going to help, though? It's Rondo, and DX Xavier are on the map, so, of course, just put them in. Why not?
DX saved by the zone. That's how it goes down.
Oh dear. I don't know if you guys heard that through my mic, but there's an MG3 in play. Maxman very, very excited.
It is my boy Killer Joe.
Hey, he's got ammo.
Well, it's not a lot for an MG3 at least. It'll keep him going through the end game potentially. Bulls making their way up on their western side. Both teams had to remove themselves from fairly consistent positions on the map. Mad Bulls has been through it this game. Although only on a few elims, they have been in quite a few separate fights where they've decided to disengage and get further into this one.
Grenades trying to make space there.
That's a good setup, actually.
This is a really solid place for DXavier right now. I mean, there's really not too many teams to worry about. Ulf, maybe a bit of a threat here. Alpha 7, though, going to help them on the buffer side. I think Kara probably is the major worry for DXavier, but even then, they got crossfires on the approach. Goat team trying to make their way on up to join Mad Bulls on that ridgeline. Already an excavated divot there for them to line up on towards. They can play it low down, but those divots funnel nades towards you, and an immediate double, followed up by the roll-in. Lemon is big with it and gets that flush. Flip does go down. Killer Joe is still in action, and remember, he's got the MG3.
Honestly, it used to be in the past that we talked about Paragin as this guy who was the paragon of grenades in the game, but for my money is on Lemon these days as that player. I think the nades from Lemon have always been incredible, backed up by the rest of his team. Ooh. Sadly, though, there is some nasty nades going through from Solus at distance, which do cut them down to size.
Ooh, and actually, Killer Joe's still going, but he just trade 1 for 1, and the knock can potentially be rezzed by Regnum Kaya here. That is on their double position. They're playing 2 and 1 right now, so could get res depending on how fast teams roll up, because it is time to roll out. Ulf moving in ahead of the Mad Bulls, not wanting to put too much pressure on, though. They're going to fold back south and see what they can get done down there.
Kara in a horrendous spot. And that just makes life so much harder on that shift on the circle over towards the western side. As soon as Kara had to leave here, they were going to get shredded. Question is by who? DXavier could pick themselves up some nice points, but it has been Alpha 7 who's been sort of the all-seeing eye inside of this lobby so far, being able to pick up points here and there. And even if they haven't been picking up points, they have been causing problems.
They have really been an issue in the fights that they've been engaged with in their spots. Kara, 11 elims though. A good result if you're at the bottom of the tables, but their next move really will be a big test. Close elims. Lemon landing the shots over towards Silas. That is the solo angle for Regnum Kaya. So unlikely to get res there. I don't think Loxy or Wild's going to want to break out, but if they can get the nades on, maybe they try and confirm to Silas. Spray down for Wild. Connects onto Lemon. Immediately go for the flush. And actually Tuka's down as well. Off angles chiming on in. Maybe Silas is looking more and more resable, but the health bar just not agreeing with me.
I don't think they go across towards Silas. He was trying to be the early alarm system for the team, which is totally fair. He goes down, but he does provide that alarm, right? It does glare. This is what I was talking about Kara. It was a matter of time for them. They were never leaving that spot in the first place. I like the wrap they went for on the north side. It was one of the few options left. I think some teams won't even think about doing that. And DXavier is able to find Alpha 7 as they attempt to crawl up.
I mean, this is nuts. This has happened again. Ulf actually get one of those points over towards Alpha 7. I think DXavier may be on 1 elim right now, Blank. It could be the minimalistic approach to a rondo that we saw from them yesterday. They were trying to beat their own record.
I don't need any more than that. All right, you get yourself a 13-point game here on Rondo. Pushes you up the leaderboard. You're in first place, so you're just creating more and more of a buffer. Exactly, is the fortune that you're given by being towards the top of the lobby. You can play a little bit slower, but these nades so far have been pretty mean from Ulf. Quick pulls out the M79, creates a small cloud of support there.
Turkish tag team right now over towards DXavier. Trying to get the line up. Loxy looks for the shots, but has to fade back on in. The final circle closing, and Ulf have got the center. Regnum Kaya with 2, Ulf with 3, and DXavier now losing one of their players down on 2 as well.
Let's see what Regnum Kaya can get done here. As an experienced team, it's not out of the question that they hit the 2v3. Wild has been really stepping up. I'm very, very proud of the guy over the course of this tournament.
They did, remember, lose Zedwolf very early into this match, Blake.
Okay.
It's going Gonna reposition the vehicle there. Tactfully. Nicely found for
That's
Scarface.
on target.
Ooh, a big nade comes through from Direx, and another knock comes through as well. Nade steps up for 2. A big pickup towards Ulf, and they're going to lose one of them. The question is who's getting these points. I think he's going to go for that flush, but Regnum now trying to rip across this high ground and take the center of the circle away. It's going to work out, and Scarface now trapped behind the vehicle. He's not even going to go for it. He's looking for the denial here. He's got the jammer pack on. Still trying to utilize those impactful plays, but Wild goes down on the high ground. Loxy
No
rolls
way!
in. He steps out. He doesn't go for the vehicle. No, he goes for another with a shotgun, and Loxy
Come on, Loxy!
cannot find it. It's DX Xavier to rebuff his advances. He will be forced to go down here. Regnum Kaya fall, and now Scarface in a 1v1.
Paragin looking to finish off the game strong at the start of the day. A great spray down, finds 70% of the HP, has to duck into a crater now. And it's Paragin behind the tree, looks to move up. He's not going to let him go for the heal.
Stepping up, and it's going to be the joust to go for the final moments. Ulf, run them through. A DX Xavier denied. No pacifistic play here. The Wolves are out.
You get yourself a 6 point off that one for the second place. But to be quite frank, for Ulf there, a pretty damn good game overall. I was happy with the way they played it out. It was slow, but steady.
Nicely done there. A lot of interesting dynamics unfolding during that match. The passive play not working out for DX Xavier the same way as it did yesterday, but they still get points onto their card. They will add 10, I believe, to their total tally. It nearly went incredibly well for Loxy there as well.
It did.
He nearly
I mean,
lived up to the name.
if he hadn't have got out the vehicle as early as he did, he would have instant knocked Nate, which might have made it slightly different towards there. And he was struggling to play around that angle. Again, the nerves do get to you. The nerves do get to you. Let's head back on over to the desk.
And it's Ulf to win the first rondo here in day number 2. And that is how you get it done. I'll tell you what, this squad, they pulled out every trick in the book to win this one.
And the good trick at the end there for Scarface was the jammer pack, allowing him to stay out in the blue for just a little bit longer, pushing Regnum out of position, having to fight the Xavier, meaning he can survive down to a solo, even has time to go for the first aid here, 7. And take the 1v1 at the end. That was unexpected for me. Playing center, though, early on was the right approach for the side of Ulf.
There's 2 things that are certain so far this PMGC, especially in the grand finals, in Rondo. We're going to be getting those amazing hot drops, and DX somehow is going to find themselves a way to get into a podium, because that team, oh my goodness, they didn't have to move a single finger for up to 60 minutes, but I mean, we gotta talk about Scarface. 4 eliminations, Max, 727 damage.
I gotta say, for Ulf, not just Scarface, like Scarface had an amazing finish, able to win the game, like massive props. This is one of the first games I'm like, a team is using the M79, which is the smoke grenade launcher, to its full potential. That M79 alone, the double, kept them alive and denied the angles from the Xavier. They don't have the M79 this game. I do believe Ulf make it to top 4 only.
Yeah, and something that I like about Ulf as well was the way that they were able to use their grenades up against Mad Bulls. Even though Mad Bulls was currently focused on a completely different team, I think that kind of gave the opening even more to Ulf to just have more freedom there towards the Northwest.
I don't know about you guys, man, but I'm in love with Rondo. It's so crazy. I mean, just seeing every little trick being used. The terraforming was on point. The M79s, man, that is how you get it done right there. But you know what? I want to go back to what you were talking about, 7, when it comes to D Xavier. 7 matches so far, guys. They have gotten a top 4 out of 6 of them so far.
I mean, it's at what point do we stop saying it's Slug? That is the #1 rank pushing team out there for everybody calling them that, because that's exactly how this team is playing. They find themselves a way towards to get early into the circle, and then after that, I feels like they just keep getting blessed. And this was a perfect example of that. I mean, I said it earlier, after 60 minutes of really not having to do anything, it was the timing. I gotta give props to this team because they do something really well. It is the timing that they're able to find a way into the center of that circle. They were able to split Alpha 7. They didn't even have an engagement, and they found themselves the perfect location.
Yeah, they create some dips with a few grenades too. I think they used C4s a little bit early on in that game, put down some cover flares, though actually there's been so many big cover flare plays this entirety of this match so far for Rondo. Though as we look at some of the replays, yeah, actually APG getting absolutely demolished, not only by D plus Kia, but also there was the off angle from Goat Team, which was kind of rough though. Alpha 7 versus Vampire. Guizao jumping out of the car a little bit too quickly there, Seven.
Are you trying to trigger me right now?
Yes,
Is that what's going on right now?
You got me.
Because, boy, you definitely got me, Gisao. You send the hook out there, and I definitely been into it. It was just confusing for him to fully send it like that. And you can see the emotion right there from Rosemary before we even continue on with the information there from Alpha 7. Rosemary had a pop-off. You know what? Let's switch focus, Max, because that team, my goodness, the way that they were playing, they were being aggressive, and this is completely different for Alter Ego than what we have seen out of them in the past when it comes down to Rondo, being more aggressive and hunting people down.
Yeah, they barely made it to the late game pretty much the entirety of day one for these grand finals. And Rosemary, you talked about him, they were just chasing down players pretty much the entire early game, right? But I know that later on in the game, Krypton had some pretty good clutches of his own.
I mean, the way that he was able to play that, set up the smokes, then send the deployable flares as well and get a little bit closer against Kara. The nades were coming through, but ultimately it seems like I was fully agreeing with what Blank was saying during the game. It seems like they just unnecessary sent from that squad. The main issue that they've been having, it feels like this whole PMGC juice.
Yeah, I mean, that's so tough. I mean, when you have 10 eliminations, 8 of them coming from a single player, you know they're so hyped. And it's so crazy to just see that one little push. If they would have taken out Kara, oh man, I think they could have possibly won that game.
Could have happened. Could have happened. I was looking at the leaderboards for a second.
Yeah.
Top 3 teams are all Turkish. We've got all the Turkish teams on the podium. That was a very interesting one, point-wise at least, not in terms of just placement points, overall points when you combine the placements and the eliminations. But very good day here. All 17 points though. They were looking pretty decent middle pack of the rankings, right? How high is that really going to push them up? That is going to be the big question as Scarface. Not big a surprise right here. Going to be our match MVP for this Rondo game.
Yeah, 727 with that mentioned earlier. I mean, the team ends up getting the win as well. This is a good jump up too from Ulf, because remember, for this squad, 7th place coming in with 37 points. They should be pushing them up on that leaderboard once we end up getting to the overalls.
Yeah. One thing I want to talk about a little bit earlier in the game, right? My question is this, guys.
Wait a second.
Oh, actually, never mind. Let's take a look at the overalls right there. Xavier now creating a little 10-point gap on top.
Oh, yeah, they're looking. I mean, again, how do they keep getting these circles?
It's crazy.
Good on that position, but I do think I have to agree. Is it luck or is it maybe just pure raw skill? They just know what's going to be happening in the future. They read their tarot cards, but yeah, GRX able to jump up in 2nd rank. And one team that I have to be a little bit critical here, slipping a little bit. It's not a massive point gap, right? No, it's just between themselves and 2nd place. It is currently a 4-point gap, but APG down to 5th. You know, starting off the day one really well. Here, just getting completely squad wiped by 2 teams that were third-partying them. APG got completely caught off guard.
I mean, it kind of came down to how D+ was able to actually play that. I was really impressed with what D+ was doing towards the north. Nobu, a 3-1 split. Nobu was able to get to the compound that APG was trying to get to. And then the rest of the squad, the timing was so well that they were able to just gather on. And as you mentioned, I mean, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, Alter Ego that ended up third-partying that as well. For APG, not a match that they want to continue to relive. I'm pretty sure they'll be moving on to Erangel.
Indeed, as we take a look at this solo performer, 7 total points there from Scarface. He'll take that all day long. Alpha 7 Revel putting up 2 as well. Alpha 7 moving up to 3rd place here. 7, they got to be feeling good about that.
Yeah, I mean, the engagement that they have there with Vampire Esports, even though it was messy, even though it's not the likes of what I want to see from Alpha 7, ultimately they ended up getting those points, they ended up getting those eliminations, and guess what? When those top 3 teams, at least 2 of them fell, yeah, they're going to be moving up.
Oh, yes, indeed. By the way, speaking of Vampire, Max.
Yes.
Is Danching the new Neox factory?
Possibly. Like, we're seeing some hard drops happening over there. It seems a very early fights indeed. But, hey, Vampire, you know what? They love some early fights if they can happen for themselves. Though, I want to pivot the transition here onto another team. And that's going to be Kara. Sure, they don't win the game, but the way they fought over to the eastern edge, there was going to be E-Arena, there was Thunder Talk, they were trying to go for a third party. They knew if they engage the arena, they're fully going to get squad wiped. There's a team that's going to come in, maybe Thunder Talk, and that's not going to be working out in their favor. And they delayed it so much. In fact, they can actually go for that dip that allows them to win the fight versus Alter Ego later on, which I still think Alter Ego could have played that a little bit better. But still, Kara, macro-wise, delaying the fights on the east were played extremely well.
I mean, for the Kara fight between Alter Ego, we said it, great start there from Krypton. It was just the execution after the fight that kind of led back a little bit more.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's it for Rondo. We are about to head into Erangel. Max, what are your big expectations as we go into the first Erangel match?
Military Island. We've had them a lot during the league stage, and like we had it one yesterday, and APG's going to be loving it, but I think we're going to have more. We've been missing out on those. But otherwise, gameplay-wise, I want to see more from D+, right?
Dude.
No show on Erangel.
Yep.
I'm like, what's happening for that squad on that map in particular? So if there's anyone that needs to start getting more placement points, more eliminations, it's got to be D+ on Erangel.
You're saying D+? I'm actually going to go with the other Korean team. I'm going to go with DRX because we got a chance to talk to one of the players, right? And we were asking them, I was asking them especially, what happened in Erangel? You used to see him being a little bit more fragger heavy. 3 matches, they end up getting just a total of 9 eliminations. That's not going to be enough for my liking. And they were in agreement too. They were saying that's not, it just came down to pretty much the circles. Hear me out. It's the second day, and pretty soon we're not really going to have that many more Erangels that you're going to be able to perform in. If you're wanting to push there for that championship, this team, even if the circles don't go in your favor, you got to find a way to get those eliminations.
Got to make it happen. Got to put up those points one way or the other. Otherwise, you're going to go home with a little bit less cash in your pocket. You know, now, DRX, they ended up taking out Team Flash in this last Game 7, right? Team Flash, you know, we see the new squad on the block, right? Trying to make things happen, but unfortunately just taken out in that last one. What do you think about that, Seven?
What I think about that is I am glad and happy that they are not showing us on camera, because you would just see me turning to red, and it's because of the same issue and same mistakes that I pointed out yesterday for Team Flash. We came down to being the team is great when they are the aggressors. It's amazing. Yeah. They can continue, they can win those fights, they can get the eliminations, but as soon as the fight switches for them to being the defensive team, they just start scrambling, and DRX was able to showcase that perfectly, and I mean Max perfectly in that first round.
Yeah, it was so unfortunate to see for Team Flash because they had so much momentum going into that fight. It's like, okay, you get some knocks, you're looking really good in that fight, and then they just completely stop pushing. And they gave control back over to DRX, and as you said, DRX then are like, well, you're giving us an opportunity, we're going to start fighting back when it's going to start getting eliminations.
Yep.
Team Flash, if you have a good opener in these fights, fully commit to it, try and clean it up, because you know what, in the position they were fighting, actually, Seven, if they win it, not only do you get points on DRX, you also get a good entry point in the circle itself, so that would have been a double win if they actually come out on top of that engagement.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? We got a chance to talk to Sertani a little bit earlier, Seven, right? And you got a chance to talk to him about that crazy push. How you feel about Vampire going into Erangel?
It's going to come down to that circle. It's going to come down to see what that team can do. Where are they going to be going? If they end up getting blessed by the circle, great. We saw them do some great transitions yesterday into that military island. But what's going to happen if it doesn't end up going their way? That's what I want to see. I want to see some. I got some questions. I need them answered, Vampire.
Let's go, guys. The hometown team. Let's see if they can make that roaring comeback here as we get started in our first Erangel match of the day.
Let's get stuck in. It is Erangel. Saverni down to Novo on the plane path. Should be fairly chill with it, but the circles have been anything but. Certainly on our first map yesterday, we have seen so many returns to Sosnovka. It's starting to get a little bit old, Blank. You know, it's starting to get a little bit repetitive.
You're the one mentioning it. You're giving it.
Well, you stopped me from doing it yesterday, so I felt like I had to get it in early.
You're giving it life again.
Yeah.
But we are heading from the north side down towards Novorobnoye. First circle in a while, first plane path in a while, sorry, that has started on the north side of the map, which does change things up quite a little bit. So there'll definitely be some slightly different rotates, definitely be some slightly different looting portions at the early stages of the game. Ulf getting out down towards the south side of the map, around farm. I think they had a pretty decent game there over on Rondo. Now, the boys were talking about how Dig Savior, is this luck, is it skill? I think it's a little bit of both right now, and honestly. I think that, yeah, some of these circles are heading over towards them, but some of their rotates are really good. They're analyzing where they can break through into the circle and make it happen that way. So very, very well done to them.
I mean, they did manage to get into that position because of a solo scout and a little follow-up coming through as well, right, Blank? They sent Levi's in there. They were on a long, long, wide wrap, so it's not like they were just sat there the whole time. They did have a little bit of trouble getting in there. They were then helped out after that point. I think it's safe to say. I think that's a reasonable thing to bring into the mix. And we didn't talk about it for so long, Blank, that it is not another military circle. We are going to the west side, over towards the Skaka fields. Everest is pretty much dead center on this circle. Got Georgia Bolt as well out to that western edge. The Gatka Field, the open expanse that will try and house as many teams as possible, but it's not going to be fun.
It is always tough. It is always tough. We are sending very far over towards the west in comparison to the playing path as well. So teams will need to get a move on pretty quickly. Get themselves into zone. Ulf again on our screens. I want to see more out of this team. Currently in 4th place. I want to see him go all the way, because I think they can do it. It just depends on the day for this team, it seems, because they are very much up and down. I think that they've filled the holes in the ship quite well, though, with Eren being added to the squad. Scarface also is just having some really pop-off moments, which I've been enjoying. Do you think this team needs to start playing to its strengths, though, more?
See if they're able to get in towards that strength position. Of course, with the announcement yesterday that it's that we're returning to Turkey for next year, they want to be the team to represent, right? They want to try and beat Regnum Kai. They want to try and beat orgs like S2G coming on in to represent the Turkish region as the highest performer from the last year. As a defending champion, maybe.
Maybe. It would be a big upset for quite a few fans, though, where there is a Turkish team representing the champion over in Turkey, but it ain't RCB.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got Regnum Kai, you've got S2G, but you used to have blank as a notable Fireflux, right? Now they're a new team. And who's that? Well, it's off. It's off.
I don't really know where you go.
It is off. But yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't just hallucinated
No, you are correct.
Yeah,
it used to be Matt
I'm just saying.
On Fireflux. Where are we going with this?
They used to be, I think, the predominant team in Turkey. A couple of years ago now, it was them and S2G. We're sort of back and forth for a long, long time. That was the conversation. And then they had a big fall off, right? This Fireflux roster really had that downswing.
I think they were dominant for a season.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I think, yeah, I'll give you that. Was it the season before PMGC in Turkey 8?
It was a spring split, so no. Because that was where Ketch was MVP. Do you remember?
I have to go back and look.
It was like
But
2023.
Either way, my point being that this is a return to that position, right? It is team.
Yeah.
Sure, it's an upset now, but if you'd have said that, a couple of years back, people would have been like, "Oh yeah, this roster totally reasonable that they could be champions of the world." So it's good to see them back on top, and as you said, patching some holes with Eren.
Some Shakespearean commentary from you today.
You quizzed me in the middle of my little blurb. I will not take any shtick from you on that. That is... I'm being garroted. I'm going to need to get myself a Mini 14 to cheer me up. And the way to do that, well, I've got to log into the game. The Polar Party skin is available if you log in to get a free permanent firearm finish.
Yeah.
Only for the next 2 days, though. Only today and tomorrow.
I know, that's cool, though. Permanent skins, always nice to see, and it is a nice-looking skin, too. You also log into PUBG Mobile right now to get yourself a free emote, as well as some other goodies all the way up until the 25th of December. So make sure you are logging in, getting those challenges done, and picking up your rewards. Your rewards.
There we go. That's the jingle we were waiting for. Oh, it's like Kalaris never left. It's going to be coming on in from the south side for Kara and Ulf, who are both looking to try and continue to represent Turkey. It was a 1-2-3 in that last match. And on that south side, they will split the difference right now again. Team Flash on our screens at the moment in shooting range. Hills not looking like they want to go too much further. DRX are behind them, so maybe they're thinking they can guard that out, play the north side of the river. I mean, if it goes north, they'll be in a great spot, but it's a lot less of the landmass in this next zone.
The Flash, I think the guys were pretty hard on them on the desk, which understandable with the way they're playing.
Tough luck.
I think you got to cut them a little bit of slack, considering this is their first PMGC. I said that their nerves were as hard as steel over in the league stage, but there was no audience. There was no fanfare, right? It was, you were on a stage, And that's scary enough, but this is the PMGC Grand Finals. There is an audience in front of you. You're following big acts like Bam Bam, who was amazing, by the way, if you didn't quite catch that. We had idols on stage.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy. So I do think that it is frightening being here as a new team. If there's something you've never experienced before as well, it's a very different experience. So I think for the Flash, maybe it's a case of just getting back on the bike now. Because it was a bit of a shock, I'd imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think anything really can prepare you for playing on a stage like this, right? It's so intimidating, or it can be, until you get that experience under your belt. So that's what we'll be looking to see from them. Maybe as the days go on, they can continue to march up the tables. I think appearing on the front page for them would be a brilliant result. As a first PMGC performance from a rookie team this year, coming through from the PMNC, I think that would be fantastic to be in the top 8 teams in the world at the PMGC. That is an accolade I don't think we've seen before, and probably are very unlikely to see again.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. Hard to beat, really. For Thunder Talk, they're making their way up on the southeast side. They did wrap down over towards Farm. They pass Pachinki now. Most teams are kind of confirming over towards Everest, which is fair enough on this kind of circle. You do have RCB up there already. You have to admit that RCB is insanely good at grabbing central position on every single circle that we see. The circle does move north, cutting the river and the delta in between, which is tough. It is tough.
I mean, it helps out the teams on the north, as you say. Rectum Kai tried to go central again, but it is not going so well. Marth is on the hunt, and it's 3 on the hold for Marth. The shotgun, impenetrable. Wall of bullets sent to Rectum Kaya, but Loxy wants to turn it around. The backup's through, though. Marth gets flushed, but he holds nigh on solo against Rectum Kaya.
Wow. Well, RCB is definitely good at finding the center of the circle. Whether they're allowed to be in the center of the circle seems to be a very, very different story. One that, yeah, seems like Marth penned that one out himself on his lonesome. No ghostwriters required. Now it's his handwriting.
Oh, yeah. It is one hell of a scribble. Solus trying to get out of there as fast as he can, trying to navigate those corners. Killer Joe steps out for it, doesn't quite connect on the spray. Ulf desperate not to lose a player, but finally Solus goes down. It felt like that should have happened a lot earlier, Blank, but Team GOAT find that shot that they are looking for in the end, and that's what matters.
Twix from GOAT. They were trying to push themselves further in the tables. I think that, honestly, if you're around about the 30-point, 20-point range, like low 30s, 20 points, you're not doing great right now in PMGC. But you're also, there's no one doing horribly. There's no one doing horribly at PMGC so far. Black, fumble there from VPE. First of all, able to find a couple of shots their way.
Vampire, one the wings here on Team Flash. Bows on the high ground, not really able to do too much to keep Wings safe here. Shots looks for the spray down, lands a couple of cheeky headshots there. A brilliant safeguarding position from Bows. Oversight on towards his down teammate. And an answer finally sent back towards Vampire. Humbled a little bit on the angle. An overpeat comes through for them, but Lazarus immediately rolls in for the response. They're already bolstering their position. Zayas is there, though. Up on the high ground. I don't think he's going to be able to go for it with Lazarus moving in to that position.
Red Bull going to go for the save. His teammate Gooey. Get it back up again. Where is DX Xavier right now? On top of Everest. Of Alter Ego swinging wide past Hospital. Ulf are on the northeast reaches of the crates at the moment. I think that the main difficulty here is if you're trying to play on the western side, you are having to flow through quite a lot of teams that are already stuck into quite a few of these pretty packed out areas. But you really want to pass over the top of Everest? But no, you have to, as we're going to go all the way towards the north side of the map around Box Compound, which E-Arena quite comfortably hold right now.
This is nasty. Those bridge crossings now going to be really very treacherous. That regroup for E-Arena towards the Box Compound over on that east side. Thunder Talk as well on that northern shore, this is where they can start to farm a couple of points. But are they going to get challenged by Team Flash, by Vampire? Everybody moving now, and Alter Ego managing to harry the backlines as Team Goat try and roll through to the west side of Georgia Pole. But it is not an easy journey, and Krypton's going to make it all the harder. This Goat team can't get out of their clutches. Two of their players now, well, one knock and flush sent towards them. They're playing on as 3, and they haven't been able to regroup fully. Alter Ego really look at trying to ruin their day on this west side bridge.
Fair enough. Quick's trying to go for the shots there. Don't quite find anything just yet. Krypton's immediately in. Does not see the player on the side, but the refrag does come through, and Alter Ego will be just fine for now. They're still going to go further. They could wrap now on North George, right, over the bridge. I think that would be the smart choice to go for. There's going to be so many teams all on this northeast side, the northeast bridge. You could wrap all the way on the north.
Definitely could. I mean, DRX are up there. They're playing as 4, but the early warning system of Goat team having already gone through them might be able to alert them to that presence. We'll see if Goat are able to get past this. That buggy is very on fire, very lacking on tires right now, and Killer Joe is having a terrible time.
Yeah, it's a sad buggy. It's a really sad buggy. It's also a ticking time bomb for Killer Joe. He's playing with literal fire right now while staying on board with it.
He'll go the distance, though. That's what I'd like to see. Team Flash with APG now rocking up on the eastern side as they try and wrap around. Tops goes down, and Team Flash not really able to do too much against this approach. I mean, APG yesterday came off of a pretty shoddy rondo into a magnificent Erangel. You're going to see that repeat. They're already on the northern side. They're playing as 4. And they might just have a good chance.
Yeah, I think APG really does enjoy these types of circles too, where you do have to rotate quite a bit, take advantage of terrain, out sight lines. So this is APG's kind of game, if I'm honest. See what they're able to do. Obviously, DXavier make their wide wrap as well over towards the northeast side. See where they're heading in from. But Vampire is holding there. It's only really Thunder Talk with majority of the land, you know?
Yeah. That's quite a 2-2 split that they've got going on there for Thunder Talk. Those bridge positions as well being occupied. Ulf underneath, I think we saw earlier, one of them sat in a hovercraft on that west side bridge, so they do have a little bit of maneuverable cover there. And D+ on the east side bridge there, just underneath Box Compound, playing 2-2 right now, either side. And it goes out to the west edge here, Blank. This is great for Ulf. This is good for Alpha 7, Thunder Talk as well. It's really mean. That spit of land from the north side of the circle, just reaching in from DRX's position, could be quite powerful. That crescent hill that Thunder Talk currently sit on as well, once the east side clears out, could also have some decent oversight.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate for a lot of squads over on the east side where they've all made a lot of long journeys to get here. It has required them to be outside the blue for a long, long time too, just to make sure they could be safe for as long as possible. Now you're asking them to push down towards the southwest side. God, that's rough. APG being able to leapfrog over the Flash, though, that's kind of cool and unexpected.
Yeah, getting ahead of it nice and quick there with the maneuvers. DXavier also trying to poke their noses in and actually getting ahead of APG as well, but they've cut this rotation in half, Blank. DXavier playing 2, but they're hunting top. Oh, he's out the passenger side. Reefus needs to hold his nerve, needs to connect with the spray downs. Not quite getting the full job done, but gets a lot of damage in. A 1, a 2, and top stays on top of the fight. We'll be able to handle business, but there's more to play as Vampire are now chiming in. Lazarus is backed off the angle. A big pickup by Doc.
I mean, going back in for that from DXavier was some seriously weird work. I mean, I guess it gave time for the rest of the other team to, or rest of the squad, to make their way over towards that western side. Zeus finds Tony K. Bose will be the one to finish him off. Here's over towards the crashed airplane. All the way on the north side, shooting range. Mad Bulls, next team to stick their nose in.
Going for the nade, the bounce is good, but doesn't get the full health bar down, so Bose is still alive for a moment longer. Looking to get the healing on, and Mad Bulls, is that another nade over the top? I think it might be. Bose maybe on the ropes here. One player now left standing for Vampire in the meantime is APG, able to fend them off, back them into a corner now, and they're layering down the nades on top of it. They put themselves back up to 4 players as well, and those nades not quite connecting, doing damage, but not quite there. Team Flash, they do lose Bose on our picture-in-picture, and Mad Bulls are looking to get the job done. Will do so. Arena off in the distance, may look to third party, but Mad Bulls are going to be pretty quick to put themselves back on.
Yeah, I think for Mad Balls, you're looking to move as soon as possible. What I do love is that Tulika has already traded that handhold point for them, so they can quickly move back over towards him soon. But yeah, you don't want to be sitting here. We just saw how nadeable it is towards Vampire. So just get out of dodge, start moving downwards. E-Arena chasing over towards Tulika, but no real shots found just yet. Lazarus down, Gooey down. I believe that is Vampire down to just one player now.
DRX rolling onto the north clip of DX Savior. They will take them down. There is still Levi's to play, but Vampire, no, they do have a solo as well, who's sending into the drink. Will be playing a subaquatic creature of the night for the remainder of this match, I'm assuming here. But Levi's is still alive for DX Savior, and he's fairly central, close to the water. Will probably be a crash target. Alter Ego on the north side. Okay, a little bit of a 1-2 punch coming through from APG and Alter Ego on the north.
Yeah, 5 elims right now for Alter Ego. One of the players did get knocked and flushed though from Alpha 7. That's Alva trying to hold in that position as Alter Ego was trying to go for some more damage around the lobby. It sort of works out where they have more control of the map on the northwest side now, but they have lost a player, which is super unideal.
E-Arena trying to roll down over APG, and it's going back and forth right now. E-Arena having a tough time though, left as one. We're tuning over though with R8, and it's Amori on the shotgun shells, ringing out on the top floor. Poser wants the challenge, but doesn't have Amori to spot. The nade's already pulled, and Amori loses his first and actually forces the nade to stay on the outside there, so potentially keeps himself nice and safe, tucked away in the corner. Extends this fight, but they're on the south side. A bumble on the nade. That takes Poser very, very low. And a bouncer for Amori. He finds it. A Poser desperately patching himself up now with that first aid. And another nade in for Amori. Looks for another bounce. Doesn't connect on that one. But now looting through on that crate. Still with one player beneath him. Has to get going. The zone's approaching.
Amori is, you just can't ever count this guy out. Absolute insanity. Massive fumble on the nade there, like you say. Not getting it through that window there could have been the death of them, because they did set up quite well where you get the bounce up towards the top side and down towards that window up top, so the only place that Murray could have gone there was down the stairs. Rez is going through. He's down. Good bounce. Oh my goodness me. This guy is crazy. This guy is actually crazy.
Slam dunk for Amori. What a bouncer. I'm loving these rebounds coming through on all of these nades that we've seen so far. They have been really, really solid, and that is beautiful little cap off to a match potentially for Amori, because I don't know how much further he's going to be able to get. In the meantime, the Mad Bulls take a nosedive on their position. The northeast side getting very, very dangerous. Thundertalk able to weather the storm though. It's Yol now under pressure. A wide wrap around, and no blood is spilt from Thundertalk.
Old split personality Thundertalk, back at it again. We're going to crash, and we're going to do it now. Okay, now back to our regularly scheduled program. But it's an Olbu. Listed over the top. Shing is hiding right now, and the rest of Thundertalk are unable to assist. So likely Thundertalk is going down to 3 here. Maybe? You want to use that as cover? We'll take it away from you.
Oh, that's excellent stuff. But actually, might allow the rest of the team to roll on in, and could have allowed the rest there. Pop it on out. Oh, no. That is nasty stuff. I mean, back to the bottom of the tables with you, D+. It
was funny. I thought it was funny.
Some classic D+ comedy there.
Yeah. Sadly, it did result in his death.
Are they going to get the No, I don't think they can get both of those. That is one bleed out guaranteed.
Exciting.
He couldn't have got both. The bleed out would have been too quick, I believe, unless both of them were going for it. Shing, though, also going down. That's a play zone.
What are we doing? Why are we just letting our teammates bleed out?
I mean, the cross downhill was really, really difficult. There's a lot of angles.
I don't know, bro.
They could have smoked it. They could have done a lot, but they could have, should have, would have. Won't have their team now.
Tell me which angles we're looking at them.
Alpha 7, Alter Ego, I don't know.
There was no angles looking at those players.
Stop wobbling my cables. I can't hear anything now.
You've been wrecked.
I have been, absolutely. But we are going to be getting underway. I mean, look, they're still taking shots from it, okay? Look, there's still shots from Ulf. Play on in. And we'll see if Thundertalk can do anything more as D+ do take the full tumble. Okay, they're not on the bottom of the tables anymore, Blank, but they're pretty close. 32.
Yeah, they're back up there. We're again low 30s. It's kind of where you don't want to be.
Right now.
They weren't here.
Well, they are now, and that is going to be a nasty little surprise for them. Just sighting now remaining. Revel, though, spots one of the outposts of Alter Ego, who, believe it or not, have 3 players alive, or they did before that engagement. Krypton all the way up on that northern edge.
Sighting will just go out. Doesn't even want to push up.
10 elims, couple of placement points. They'll take it, you know? 10 elims is a pretty banger game, all things considered. But now, Alpha 7 on the south side, the team with the most in this circle, but they are right on the edge of this. And Alter Ego on the outside might have a better time. Ulf, I think they're going to struggle potentially to move out further west.
Yeah, anyway.
You look very confused.
I just don't understand Thunder Talk. At all. It felt like they just gave up on that game.
Well, they are no longer playing on the inside here, but that hovercraft crossing with the smoke cover, it goes up in smoke, but it gets the job done, and now they're close to GOAT team. The nades can start to come on through. Goes long for the response, and that is perfectly placed there. More cooks coming on through, and it's just Killer Joe to try and get it done, but there's a brilliant lineup coming through from Obscure. Maya just saved Killer Joe's skin there. Able to keep them in the game, and a lot of damage pouring on through. Alpha 7 take their turn, and Ulf, it looked like they had it all across the road, but no, the lineup just too brutal to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have made that maneuver, but I think if they got that done slightly quicker, they'd set up a smoke train, honestly, but I think they just had to push that. That they couldn't have delayed as much as they did. Alpha 7 has 16 smokes, 14 nades, and I'm almost certain that they win this game.
Almost. That's an interesting addition to that. I feel like you should be more sure. I think you should be 100% sure.
Okay, I'm 100% sure that Alpha 7's winning this game.
Okay, let's see if they can convert and make Blank a truth teller, a truth seer. Obscure with the nade now, a chance to find Killer Joe. Posts it through the window. No, the bounce is on. And we'll look to go through the window this time. That looks a little bit better. Forces Killer Joe for the peak. Then they take down another team now. 2 players left to handle. It's Alter Ego on the north side, who are into this one pretty deep. They got 6 elims on this match as well, Blank. So a second place, no matter what, will be good for them. Guizhou gets a little bit too close for comfort. Has to back it off. Moana with the nade cooking. Launches it forwards. They're nowhere near that. They've already faded away. Alpha 7, though, controls so much ground here.
Yeah, I mean, where they were playing on the map, they had so many sidelines to work with. I think they played out the game very well. And because everyone tried to wrap around the northeast side, they basically had no contenders by the time we got here. So for Alpha 7, they were very much benefiting from the fact that most teams did not want to challenge around box compound or challenge on that northeast bridge.
Alpha 7 just holding a little bit further back. Alter Ego looking for a little bit of that Mad Bull's magic. Go for that 2v4. Revo spots Moana. He's pinging out on that ridgeline. We know where you are. Moana now has to get a little bit more humble. No one really connecting, but Alter Ego do still have to push forwards.
Moana. 2v4 is absolutely possible here, I'd say, but I think Alpha 7 is playing the game out very, very slow, which is fair enough, all things considered.
Nade over the top for Krypton lands. Obscure with that off angle. I think he's got to be so pivotal here. You could see the angle. That lineup is so brutal. Alpha 7 really want to close this one down. They've let one too many slip through their fingers before.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely different to how Rosemary played that out on Rondo, right? Where I would say he over-egged the pudding. Here, Alpha 7's trying to bake a lovely cake, and they're happy to apply the patience that comes with that.
They're just choking this match out right now. The nades tickling them down, and Alter Ego not really finding the responses. Only one nade now left for Alter Ego, 1 Molotov, and 14 smokes for Alpha 7. They got 5 nades as well. Stepping up the challenge, Moana just to find Obscure a little bit sleepy. Does connect. That final nade comes on through, but it just doesn't get the value in response. Moana actually trying to charge up and trying to bring them over that ridgeline closer towards Krypton, but they're just not going to give that ground. They are playing it as patient as they need to.
Yeah, I mean, PMGC, there is no reason to push this any harder because eventually they're going to get silhouetted at the top of the hilltop, and then Alpha 7 can just take shots. If they really need to, they could drop some smokes. As soon as they start getting to nade range, it's a lot easier. Right now, it is hard to throw those grenades because the arc doesn't support them, as it will just swing past, and they've got to hit the perfect air bounce. But you can see here, they are just going long. That one was much nicer.
Yeah, I feel like that might be the time that Alpha 7 try and pull the trigger on this fight. A lot of damage done there. First aid's furiously coming through, but Revo lands the nade on the knock, and now it's just Moana backed into a corner. Nowhere to go. Alpha 7 able to choke the game to a chicken dinner.
You really took the time with it as well. That is a lovely cake. And I was 100% certain they were going to win, and they did.
So true.
But very, very well done. Very, very well done to Alpha 7. I think I really like that. I think for Alter Ego as well, there's been a string of pretty good games. And again, they are such a fantastic squad, but there is mistakes being made right now. And I think that but the thing is if they're able to fix those mistakes, if they're able to plaster that up, they'd be insane. They'd actually be insane.
I think, to be fair though, the same could be said for quite a few of our teams here coming on into these finals. It has been ups and downs across the board, but this is certainly a high note for Alpha 7.
Alpha 7 get their first chicken dinner here in Bangkok, Thailand at 7 for the first time. Let us hear it.
Do Brazil! Get that winning, boy. I mean, it seems like they just mimic exactly what Dick Savers has been able to do. Because in this one, they were, to be completely honest, they were blessed by the circle. Something I do have to point out there from Alpha 7 that I enjoy seeing as it got later into the match, and they realized, you know what, we are actually getting this compound. We don't necessarily have to move back. Yeah. They did a 2-2 split, and they made sure they had 2 players on different buildings to stop any type of crashes and to have different angles as well. Great play from Alpha 7.
It just allows you to have information of incoming crashes pretty much instantly because of that 2-2 split. And also, the compound they were holding on to, 7, is so flat all around it. You'll see teams coming from a mile away. So that position was very strong. I think we've seen so many wins actually from Alpha 7 in that very particular area. So they're very experienced because guess what? They're normally a Northern George Pole team, right? So they're going to be very good at it. They're looking at the individual performances. Still, the new gen popping off. We see Guizao getting some good games here this time around, 7. Obscure putting up big numbers with those 4 eliminations.
Congratulations, Obscure. 4 Illans, Rebo, 3 Illans, Carrillo, 1 Illan. Gisao, I got a bone to pick with you, brother.
Look at the damage taken, by the way. Like, it's super low damage taken for Carrillo and Obscure together.
I mean, it just goes to show that that team didn't really have to do much until the end, and they did. They did spread out quite well, especially towards the end, and making sure that the game more control. For Gisao, the bone that I had to pick with you, man, when this dude is in a buggy max, I'm just at an all-time edge because I don't know if he's just going to fully send it or not like he did in the previous match. And at this point, when they were going up against Alter Ego, I think I was even telling you, please, Gisao, don't do it. I know you kind of want to, but don't do it.
You never know what you're going to get. He's just going blindfolded. He's like, I don't know where I'm going to end up, but wherever I go, I'm going to play full aggro. It worked out great. Actually, I really like at the finishing moment where they don't overstep versus Alter Ego. They're like, we know Circle is coming our way somewhat. We are full control. We don't want to give multiple 1v1s. We're going to play it very slow to make sure that game does not escape our grasp. So looking at the replays, APG, they were in a really bad spot in this dip position. There were teams all around them. There was Vampire, there was Flash. And actually, the fact they got so many eliminations in that match, I didn't really expect it.
I was happy with APG. The way that they were able to actually rotate. Why rotate towards the east and make sure that they found a way? I thought that was perfectly executed from that squad. By the way, it pretty much came down to APG getting those eliminations on DX Xavier, because DX Xavier, they were in Everest, they try to do the same rotation, just wire wrap to the east. but it was too much. They did not get the favor by the circle, and I think, honestly, I got some of my questions answers in regards to DXavier and their performance here in this match.
They were challenged very hard the entirety of this game. You know what? A team that was also challenged by the circle was Alter Ego. They drop Lipovka, and look at their rotation path here. Okay, looting up, getting their cars, getting ready to move. Big rotation, going to be hugging the more southern edge of the circle later on in this game. Step by step, but this circle in particular, it goes up north and they just go wide to the western side into George Pole Hospital area. Like, okay, made it in. It goes up northeast away from them once again onto the George Pole Bridge, and then it starts going their way. But the 2 to 3 first rotation 7s actually from Alter Ego were extremely well executed.
Yeah, and I'll have to second what Blank was saying again from this squad. They just need to fix certain things, certain unnecessary fights from this squad that they're doing. They ended up taking a fight with, I believe it was DRX. They end up winning that fight with a 3-1 split, making sure that they left one behind just in case, and they end up losing Rosemary. That team didn't really need to make that push. Yeah, I see why you're trying to do it, but you had good control. If anything, I would have actually enjoyed seeing a surprise crash onto Alpha 7 because they were so close. And that would have been the winning play for Alter Ego.
I get your point, but also I'm going to take another perspective here, which is if you fight Alpha 7, because it's such hot commodity in that circle, I think you maybe get third party. Whereas fighting DRX on the edge of the circle, you're just kind of in the fight that no one is going to be looking to third party because it's not as valuable as Alpha 7's compound. So I think they both have different perspectives. Here, edge play, I think, was maybe the safer approach to focus on.
We agree.
Yep. Anything can happen.
we agree to disagree.
Oh my goodness gracious. Alter Ego getting it done right there. You know what though? Another team that got things done here, Max, right? Was Ulf. We saw them putting in some work with that hovercraft.
Oh, they hit it for the longest time in the garage, aka under the bridge, and it kept it safe until the very later stage of this match. And we even saw it. I know you were very excited about that push in particular, Seven. The smoke row trying to push it onto Goat Team. I love that play, but as we know, hovercrafts are very easy to explode.
Well, the problem was too that the hovercraft was already smoking. It was bound to blow up. I'm just happy to see that the thought for that push was there. But sadly, they just caught themselves in a bad spot, Jukes.
Yeah, and that happens sometimes. And speaking of bad spots, Seven, right? DXavier, right? They don't get their circle this time, and we don't see the same performance as we have in the past.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying earlier in regards to DXavier. They end up losing first place. You know what? Let me put one more in there. Do Brazil back in first place. Alpha 7 jumping up with 74 points. DXavier actually ends up falling down, and this is the big question for this squad, because I want everybody currently at home or wherever it is that you are watching this, I want you to look at the eliminations part of this. There's one that doesn't look like the other, and yes, that's right, DXavier with those 26 eliminations. When you have teams putting up 45, 37, 44, 39, that is just a big problem with this squad, and I think why a lot of the viewers were in a way a bit unhappy that DXavier was in first place, because it didn't seem like that aggression was there. It seemed like they were just playing it safe and getting lucky by the circle.
I mean, here they had literally 3 teams between themselves and the circle, and that transition was going to be tough. It was going to require so much for them to make that rotation work out, and unfortunately, it did not work out. And looking though at the top players of this game, I want to repeat something you said earlier here, Seven, because I was saying Amori, best player right now in my eyes when it comes to MENA players this year, and you even said maybe one of the best standout players of this entire PMGC.
Amori's hands down one of the breakout performances out of PMGC. Not just out of MENA, out of PMGC by himself. And also, even though he's currently not here in the top 4 players, I gotta give props to Marth. Marth was able to clutch up big time for the squad when Regnum Karya was making a push from the Everest. We saw that. You mentioned that to me, Max, actually. As soon as Regnum Karya saw the circle shift, they went for it, and Marth was just waiting for them to come out.
I mean, you're playing the crates area. Guess what? Those nades, you cook them perfectly, and you're going to get instant eliminations that time around. Very, very happy about it. Though, seeing out this top graphic here, AJ, Thunder Talk, getting a few eliminations. Very happy to see it. Mainly during the league stage, we were seeing a lot of presence from it was Sitting. This time around, it is AJ that's been just a storied player back in PL, and good to see a bit of presence here. But it's a bit annoying for me looking at Thunder Talk because they get that one good game every once in a while, and then they disappear for a bit, then they come back. So it's a trend that when you have only 3 days worth of games, that can hurt you significantly on your position in the rankings.
For sure. And you know what? Speaking of hurting on the ranking 7, right? we got to talk about D+, right? That off angle from Nobu, right? Just getting a little bit too greedy, at least in my opinion. What do you think?
Your opinion is absolutely right, Jukes, because Nobu was definitely greedy, trying to get one of those eliminations. He ended up getting the knock. That's the thing, especially when you're a caliber of a player of the likes of Nobu, you end up getting greedy because you know there's one point on the other side of that vehicle.
Yeah.
You know you already got that knock. You can convert that into a point, and with the squad where they're currently at, they're going to be forced to do that kind of stuff, Max. Now he gets into the buggy. I was hoping he would just fully back off, but he doesn't. He decides to go back for seconds, and that's ultimately when Thunder Talk's like, haha, we cut you, sucker.
He's like, I could maybe get a 1v4. Let's try it.
Psych.
Psych. Didn't quite work out. But if you look, the thing is, if you look at D+'s gameplay style here in that game, and how they were positioned, map-wise, it makes sense. But if you look at the actual area, the terrain itself, you have so many trees, they can't actually see the ridge line, meaning they can't stop that push over the ridge, and Noble's just going to get completely overwhelmed. It felt like a little bit of Sandnog game there, where the foliage is just too much. It blocks out your vision entirely. I hope they can fix that one thing, because otherwise, if they play together on that eastern edge, maybe they take Ulf's position, meaning they can easily make it up on the podium.
Yeah, I think it was just them getting a little bit too overzealous, kind of the likes of what we've been seeing with Alter Ego. But then once again, when we start seeing stuff like this, it's going to happen, especially for a squad that needs those points, especially when we're getting into the halfway mark of PMGC.
That's right, one more game and this tournament is halfway done. We're about to head into the grassy lands of Arrogale for one more time. Let's go ahead and take it on over to John Allen and Blake.
We are indeed heading over towards Erangel. We are once more into the grassy pastures, and potentially for one of the very few last times that we'll see it as well. You've got to remember, it could end all in match 2, which would be our final Erangel, potentially. We will definitely see it again tomorrow, but the question is how many times, because it will be that smash point bubble being set at the end of the day as well, after we hurdle that halfway point. That is what we're going to be looking to do here on match number 9. Split the tournament down the middle. Plane path cuts across the entire thing, Blank. Should be fairly chill.
Yeah, really easy plane path to work with here from the southwest up towards the northeast in Kameshki. Most teams able to get where they want to go. Vampire out nice and early over towards Primos. Very chilled out for them. APG heading down straight away towards Sosnovka, so slightly less of a rotate they need to make than last match. Again, I really do think Alter Ego could make a massive breakout in this lobby. There's just sometimes where I feel like the over-aggression is absolutely there. And it is unnecessary at times. It's hard to disagree with, though, because some of those unnecessary, what I would call unnecessary splits, are what is getting them the most amount of points. I just think it's a fairly inconsistent playstyle. I think that's what it comes down to. It's an inconsistent playstyle, especially at PMGC.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to, I mean, as you said, maximize point scoring, right? Which is generally the goal overall. And that doesn't necessarily mean maximizing chicken dinners. So that could be the approach that they're taking. And as you said, it's paying off in some respects. They're on 48 points right now, still very much in the contest for top spots towards that top of the tables. Obviously Alpha 7 streaking out a little bit to rejoin DX Xavier. Ulf as well catching up. But on this northeast side, or actually further east now as they head further down towards Prison, towards Lipovka. The Prison Lipovka split drop. They will be getting on with it. And as we said before, right, Rosemary, highest LM count, 19 on the cards, but they are being punished for it. There is a price to be paid for the amount of damage that Rosemary's done to this lobby.
There is. I think it's a very good way to put it, right? It's 4.1k damage that he's done. 4.2k if we round up, which we do like rounding up here.
Yeah, just round up.
But I think for Rosemary, sure, he does all that damage, but it really hasn't translated to end game finishes so far. Which leads me to believe that although that damage is going through, how much of that damage is efficient damage? How much of that damage is successful damage that goes through into one engagement? That is what's worrying for me, for the boys over on Alter Ego.
And as we said, right, he has the most elims in the tournament right now, Blank, but they're dead middle of the pack. And that is that's not really where you want to find yourself. on such a performance, especially with plenty of teams looking to try and exceed you, try and go a little bit further beyond. Our circle, we didn't talk about it, and we will continue not to talk about it. It did go west this time around. Gatka Fields, again, are we going to once more be shunted north, 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 up towards the river, or is it going to be a little bit more expected here? I don't expect you to be able to answer that, by the way. That was rhetorical. That was a question for the viewers at home. Put it in the chat.
Well, I was actually thinking about it, and that's why I paused, because I was like, I don't really know how to answer that. That's got me stumped. DRX that are fairly central right now. Ooh. Alter Ego R5. And ain't no one but Rosemary to find that first healing. Again, I want to reiterate that I do really like this team, and I think they have a huge amount of potential. So it's a team that frustrates me because I think they can be so much more. There is also a question is whether it's or not that Krypton, Moana, and Alva can't keep up with Rosemary right now. You know, that is another question. Although, I think that I can answer that one just off the back of that rondo, where you have Krypton in front, Moana slowly pushing in, and then they have to change their whole game style because Rosemary, out of nowhere, crashes onto Kara, even though they know there are angles on that position. So it means they have to completely change up how they're performing in the middle of that engagement because of Rosemary getting overexcited there. So I think there's just a bit of a disconnect, and it is a hard disconnect because Rosemary is so good at the game. So you as three players, like, are we the problem? I do think there just needs to be a conversation had where they all sit down and they say, hey, yes, you're sick of the game, but we got to play together.
You just got to say, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all you got to say. You got to say it loud. Make sure that everyone hears it. Get everyone on the same page. I was looking at Regnum Kai's rotate during that blank. They were all the way over towards Rostock, but they got very, very central. Again, we know that they love to be there, right in the middle of the circle. They really had a tough time in crates on that last match, though. I guess who else is in the middle of this circle with them? Oh. I'll tell you, it's DXavier.
DXavier.
They are right there with them too, alongside on that north side of Gatka Fields towards Ruins on that north edge.
Hey, so everyone's bringing up that the disparity between the elims and the placement points is pretty wild for DXavier. You're basically flipping the script there when you look at Alpha 7's points in terms of eliminations to placement points. Do you have a PMGC redemption code again on your screen? It is PUBG x PUBGM. So if you're just tuning in now, make sure you get in your game and claim that reward.
Don't want to let them slip through your fingers. Make sure you're getting all those goodies that we're providing you. As our teams try and get any goodies that the other teams are trying their best not to provide them. That is the main task here on the biggest stage of the year. Marceau can't get the spray down on towards Goat Team, and they will be able to get through as two on to this location. They already lost Killer Joe earlier. That was the classic Rosemary flex out. Of course it was, to be able to get the only elim so far. Adding that one onto his tally. APG just leaving the military island now.
Getting into it. They had a lot of time to work with as well, considering the circle penned in a little bit on the southern side of Erangel, so they didn't have to get everything straight away. It does mean they get to play a little bit more over towards the edge side of the circle here. DXavier on a bit more of a split. But RCB, I think that they are just one big game away from getting in towards the top 5, or even maybe the top 3, if they can really put those points underneath their belt during one game.
Yeah, about 20 points out of that pack, and that's exactly what you need, right? That's a solid chicken dinner, right? 10 elims,
yeah.
Get that chicken dinner.
They are setting themselves up for it every single match as well. It's just been, they've not been able to control the center as well as they'd quite like.
They're kind of like the anti-alter ego in that way, right? Not really going for those big flex outs at the moment, but not trying to sweep through the edge. They're trying to do something, but it's not quite coming through. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, well, they are trying to go for the consistent playstyle.
Yeah.
Sadly, a lot of their rotations have been cut out every single time. And I think it is because this is such a central-orientated lobby right now. You've got DXavier here, which for Regnum Kaya. They've not really had to deal with this team constantly being in the peripheries of them all the time, which must be quite frustrating, always like looking to your left and being like, oh, that's Dick Xavier. Our nasty neighbours
Get a load of these
inside
guys.
the circle. Yeah, exactly. So I think for Regnum Kaya, definitely do just need, I think it's rotation 2 that they sort of suck on right now, if I'm honest.
Oh, no, it's happened again.
We're going back up there.
Oh,
Bam.
you can't be doing this twice to the lobby. This is nasty. I mean, it's still cut down the middle by the river, but it keeps a lot of the north side in. I mean, it is malicious at this point. Is this circle the new military island circle?
Yeah.
Is that what we're seeing?
I do think this is a bit of a different one from our last, though, where we'd cut in a lot more of Everest, a lot more Hospital, which means that so many teams need to flow up through Ruins now. This is a massive funnel for squads at the moment. Very stressful for a lot of teams, and it's going to get messy real quick. Rotation 2 for Regnum Kaya, though.
Oh.
Does it still suck?
We'll have to wait and see, because it might slam straight into this fight that we're on board with. Silas, you can see him just off there in the distance. The Mad Bulls looking to keep hold of the east side of the Ruins split. Control that. Meanwhile, on Everest, Vampire sit atop the pack. DRX are playing along that ridgeline too. No knocks sent their way, but So Easy has to back off. Oh, that's off in the distance. That's over towards Alter Ego. Fabian giving them a broadside target on that. That is not during this fight. That is over towards the Roshok Bridge. The branch is over that central island on the circle. And the fight at a little bit of a standstill on the top.
Yeah, Fabian going down there is a bit odd. I guess that he just jumps out of the vehicle and tries to use that forward momentum flying out from the windshield towards the rest of his team. And it works, right? One of those comedic approaches towards the rest of your squad. They've still got to go further on this, though. Thunder Talk, again, wide wrapping, and they love to do this, right? Try about 1 billion ribbons in this circle.
Well, they have to give it a go. Thunder Talk, entertaining to watch, I think, is the way to characterize this team. Something that you highlighted during yesterday's games. And they are trying to sweep up on this eastern side. Currently 2 players north of the river. Looks like King and Shing yet to regroup. But to be fair, you don't need to commit to the north at this point, right? You can play on this eastern edge. As long as you're confident that nobody's going to sweep through it. With Team Flash, you know where they are. You played up against them last match on a very similar rotation. I feel like holding the north side of Roshok for Thunder Talk on a 2-2 split might be a solid idea.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea at all for Thunder Talk. They are fairly split, though, which is a little bit worrisome for the squad. But either way, you are right in the sense that they're controlling a lot of zone. And I think that they understand there's not a lot of teams over on this eastern side. Most teams want to litter themselves across Ruins, across Watertown, across Headshot Hills, up towards Box Compound. For Alpha 7, this is a really nice circle for them. Heads further towards that north side. And now Thunder Talks can regroup, right? Thunder Talk can head up towards that north side with the rest of the team. Look a little bit prettier on this one. Big chance for the Flash here, but a disgusting approach for everyone on that south side. It is a really, really nasty approach where you are elbow to elbow with so many squads.
Oh, Regnum Kaya nearly have a little trouble with Ulf, but Loxy, so much damage. Soul is goes down as well, and Ulf are on the ropes here, Blank. One player now left standing. He can't get his head up off the ground either to go for these reses. Mainly the smoke starts to move. Maybe they'll start to be able to look for it, but he's still down on his belt buckle, needs to hide for a moment longer. Regnum Kaya need to get those reses as well, and there's more threat from the northern side. The mad dash up over the river continues with D+ slamming straight back into Sunken.
Yeah, I mean, D+ just had to reassess this as Mad Bulls immediately move out with force. Very tough stuff for Regnum Kaya. They got to start checking their other angles as well because they can't fully focus over towards E-Arena. Oh. It's going to get worse. It's going to get hotter on that bridge soon. D+, 2 down.
Pusher, cut across on the swipe, and it's just Chips now for D+ to try and stay alive. Not going to connect on that flush, and yeah, I think Chips, just get out of there, or maybe try and commit for a point, but don't just stand at distance. Don't just look for it like that. The nade over the top, maybe the last-ditch attempt to finding something. Not going to go all the way either. Oh, the point stolen. That goes over to... Oh, no, wait. No, that is still the Mad Bulls. They are still there. Oh, picture-in-picture, though, shows Regnum Kaya trying to go for this River 2-2 split. We've seen them try and do it before, but they're having some trouble on the back there. They're needing to get that pickup going. Ulf now with a nade. Could be nasty. That north point taken out would be disastrous for Regnum Kaya, but the cook's not quite long enough for Scarface. He's denied that opportunity to get that knock and flush. Now, Wild and Zed Wolf will be the northern answer to that Silas and Loxy south side.
I think for Regnum Kaya, they know they need to make their way across here. They also have to cut sight lines from E-Arena. I love what they're doing with this as well, because they knew they had to take a different approach on this angle. They will have to deal with R8 shortly, who are coming out still from crates. And they will know that, as they had a bad run-in with them last game.
A little bit of trouble for Alpha 7 on the run up towards the GOAT team shack, but it will go down. They can take a knock in the process. Calming it down now for Regnum Kaya. As I said during that fight, right, they like playing these 2-2 splits across river positions. Scarface, he's moved on in. They know he's going, but where is he? He's down in the smoke. Doesn't quite get the knock onto Wild, and that is Ulf down. No elims on this match, Blank. The Turkish compatriots not happy with going down so early in that last one.
That's actually very nice
wow.
for Regnum Kaya. You see how DX Xavier handles this as well, as they need to get over towards that north side. We didn't talk about it too much, but I actually loved the rotate coming through from Mad Bulls, where they got ahead of the players that were inside of Sunken, which actually clears out a huge amount of space for them to play on that central island. It was a smart play from Mad Bulls, and again, massive amount of space been made because of it. Thunder Talk, though, they've been all over the place inside of this circle. Now looking to guard out on that central island. Maybe Mad Bulls were a little bit slow to leave.
Yeah, couldn't quite disengage from the last player. They have a couple of players to pick back up, so slowness may be necessary. R8 pushing up on the western edge. They're going to have to leave this ridgeline, though, Blank. It's not in the next zone. Play it as long as possible, but in 10 seconds, they're going to have to start to think about leaving there. Preferably earlier as well. Chip's just about getting out, but he has to shift on over 2 because the blue zone starts to move.
APG Doc here, looking over towards Gooey. Quite low HP, but easy enough to thread those bullets through. Himself a knock there and the flush. Nice to see. That head is peeking over the top side of the rock there.
Oh, okay.
Tony K should know.
That is a block knocker of a shot coming through from Doc. He will be able to take him down behind that rock. Not going to be easy to get Tony K back up now for Vampire. They need to try and hold their nerve, but with Alpha 7 beneath them, they really don't have any safe quarter. And they have to just get out of there. Getting away and playing on as 2 might be the best case scenario for them, but Lazarus is drawn short. Out in the open as well. DRX to the north should have eyes on.
I mean, DRX have been playing a little bit more of a slow game this time around. After some very good games yesterday, it's been a little bit more quiet today. APG spots over towards R8, who did make that crossing on the western side. They look to instead completely cut out flowing across. RCB.
Go down on there. Roll up. A little bit too much pressure on towards them, and Alter Ego, the main profiteers of it right now. Alter Ego pretty happy about that. R8's really struggling against APG's lineup here. Top with the Mini 14. A lot of ammo in it as well. And R8, they are up against it right now. Alpha 7 in their way. APG holding their northern rotate. There's no options now for R8. It's win the fight or go down trying.
R8, Prestige and Murray down. Trying to get him back up again. Nades slowly going past the vehicle. Almost crashes into them. And Murray does not move. I feel like he should have swung slightly to the left-hand side there, knowing the nades were just starting to flow across towards him. Playing Battleship, might have not got it the first time, but they're certainly going to find it sooner or later. Ida takes a chunk too, and I think Murray is just impossible to pick back up now.
I mean, he's just going to try and crawl back, right? That's the name of the game right now. you're probably going to go down, but you might as well try and regroup towards the team. And actually, right now, looking like it might be quite successful, Blank, with DRX rocking up onto the north side of APG. They do have now a fight on two fronts. Amori potential to get rezzed. The circle shunts out to this western side as well, which is going to help things. And APG really suffering now against DRX on the north side. Mars gets knocked though, and R8, they were thrown a little bit of a lifeline, but it is getting snatched back as Doc rampages south.
A small lifeline, yes, but not quite enough as Doc looks to sever those ties. Rufus moving forward, doing incredibly well yesterday and looking to push that slightly further now. One player gets back up, able to hit the tag, has to make the switch now over, but Prestige doing fairly well. Doc is there, and he is the hero.
DRX
Keeps his
now.
boy up.
DRX now up onto that high ground, though. They'll have heard all these shots popping off. They'll have seen the knocks coming on through. With APG on their last legs, nades start to get launched forwards by DRX. And out into the open they go. Zedwolf did try and scout out this area, try and get one of those points snuck away, but did fall back in with the rest of Regnum Kaya.
I mean, for Regnum Kaya, they do need to regroup soon. For Silas, he is just maintaining control over towards that south side. You do not want to be backfilled on there as you're trying to make that crossover towards the hillside. They could potentially swing all the way towards the west, try and hold out teams coming through like APG and DRX, get involved there. Then you might have a position to play. You can already see Zedwolf swinging out towards that west side now.
Yeah, he was trying to get in there earlier, decides now's the time to go back. APG rocks up straight on towards him, and he immediately regroups away. A beautiful little spray down, a lineup from DRX, and that is going to be them done and dusted. They will go down. Toast. DX Xavier soon to follow. So, our top 9 teams now stand. Alpha 7 still being in is bad news bears, Blank, for a lot of this lobby, because Alpha 7 have that compound on the northern side. They have a lot of this game still left to play.
Yeah, a team that I was talking about yesterday as well, massively so, was Alpha 7. I really do like this roster. I really do rate it. At the moment, I think Obscure as well as Guizhou are looking fantastic. Revo and Carrillo get to take the foot off the gas sometimes as well, which is a really big deal for that squad because they were doing so much in the past, but now they can pop off when they want to, not when they need to.
Oh, Alter Ego, they're all together at the moment, and it's working out against the Mad Bulls. Tulika tries to get back into a position to go for these reses, but they are crawling desperately towards this one. Lemon will go down. Kara up on that high ground may have angles as well towards Mad Bulls, and now they're playing as two, trying to march towards the Alter Ego position, but there's CEO. No, he's chiming in too busy over towards Team Flash, but instead it's the play zone, it's the nade zone coming on through, but Pusher gets one in response. It's Rosemary to go down, and why wouldn't it be? Another one sent on in. Maybe trying to keep himself alive for a little bit longer here, but the blue zone will push ever faster, ever further.
I mean, Alter Ego took quite a few knocks in the midst of all of that. Pusher now has to swing through the blue. This is a lot of vehicles. They really do have a lot of vehicles here.
Can they get them out, though?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the garage, but it feels like Alter Ego is playing more of a car sim at the moment.
Oh, okay. Finally goes away for Regnakaya. Goes away from E-Arena as well on box compound. They've held this for so long, basically since second shift. Probably from first shift, actually. As the nades continue to pour on in overhead from Kara towards Team Flash. They're finding more and more. Tops is now in danger on the backlines. Tries to fade one away. Doesn't quite connect on it. But Alter Ego, they're on the rollout now. They do need to make a move. And this seems to be a fairly wise choice. They're going to be able to flush one out at least. But they lose Krypton on this approach. Blank, they are now down to 3. But I don't think it's their old tricks playing catch up to them.
No, I don't think so either. I think they had to make this rotate eventually. And they made the rotate together too. Kara has Overwatch on this. But 9 elims on the game, great for them, 57 points. Like you say though, the sad thing for a lot of the teams in the lobby is that Alpha 7 is about to bridge a massive gap between them and a lot of other teams here, unless they go down soon.
Absolutely. Need to try and take them out as quickly as possible. With only 1 elim going down in 7th, that's not going to put a huge number of points on your tally. But going down in 7th seems fairly unlikely for Alpha 7 right now. Kara much more likely to be next up off the bat, and they will indeed fall. For Elim's 7th place, again, not great. Alter Ego now trying to go for that same descent from the hilltop. They just saw go fairly poorly. Let's see if they have a better chance at it.
I mean, this has to be an incredibly fast rotate, get down the hill here, but it is so open, as it always is with this kind of circle. DRX has nasty shots.